'cause you said you'd be there.
Heaven always get it right, tell me why every night I be in the booth, gotta lift the name up. I've been done smoking on blunts with the homies since I figured out the cup was so much better than drugs.
They ain't really rocking with what I got in my cup. Got that living water and I keep on filling up. Take another sip, I'm overflowing with the dripping. If I do it for the kingdom, so reminded when I'm up. Every night I feel alive when the light hit my eyes, reject my flesh, then my heart fills up. If I'm right, then I'm right, I'ma rise up with my family and my friends, so the ones that I love. Everybody wanna know what drug I'm on. You don't really wanna know the drug I'm on. Jesus, I ain't rolling on nothing. I ain't rolling on nothing, 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 nothing. I ain't rolling on nothing. I ain't rolling on nothing, 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 nothing. Ain't it right when they think I'm gonna fall like a Canaanite? Wanna go against God, that's a bad fight. Like you're trying to throw a fist in a ball fight. Ain't no win against Yahweh, you can do it your way. But I know idols fall, you can't play. This ain't Xbox in control. Boy, you bet not. Heaven gon' fade and the earth gon' fall, but the God that I serve in control of it all. Heaven gon' fade and the earth gon' fall, but the word of my God gonna last through it all. Yeah, Jesus, I ain't rolling on nothing. I ain't rolling on nothing, 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 nothing. Boy, I'm really on that. Jesus, I ain't rolling on nothing. I ain't rolling on nothing, 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 nothing. I ain't rolling on nothing. I ain't rolling on nothing, 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 nothing.
You gonna pop off, drop bones, lost cars, lead them all off course. What is your goal? Wanna be a rock star, live for the montage. You don't wanna play at the cost of your soul.
You don't know the love of my God. There ain't no end of my God. Couldn't even enter his door until Christ he died. Then he had to rise. He's yeah. Sending my praise up, healing my bad heart. I was in a rough spot till I let go. Enemy had my neck in a chokehold till I met the Father and he saved my soul. Yeah. Boy, I'm really on that. Jesus, I ain't rolling on nothing. I ain't rolling on nothing, 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 nothing. I ain't rolling on nothing. I ain't rolling on nothing, 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 nothing.
Well, that was fun. Anybody up for a Bible study? No?
This is madness! It's madness if I don't put in the work. It's madness if I don't believe.
So if they think that you are mad, let them talk. Let them wonder. Because the madness sets you apart from everyone else.
I am committed, and I don't care if this thing takes everything I have. I'm going after it.
You will believe even when others don't. Bring the madness.
And so let me look crazy for a season, and I'll live the rest of my life like a legend.
Yeah. When they hear the sound of the drum, they'll be saying, oh Lord, here they come. Yeah, here we come. Hey, here we come.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another night of Shiloh Christian Football. As tonight, the Shiloh Saints take on the Little Rock Christian Warriors in week 2 of the season. The Saints had a big victory last week over the Farmington Cardinals and got the season off to a good start as they rolled in that game. And then tonight, the Saints will take on the Warriors. Shiloh came to Little Rock Christian last year and won a game over the Warriors in dominating fashion to open the season. So Shiloh hoping for another follow-up to that one. And Cliff, as we come in, we talk about last year we wanted to start the year in the Rock and the year in the Rock. Mission accomplished. This year we just come here week 2 in the Rock. Still want to end it in the Rock, but a very different format, different feeling than we had from a year ago at kickoff. 2 teams that are both going up in classification to 6A and 7A this year.
Absolutely. I mean, we had a great competition last year here as the first opening game of the season, and started out a little rocky. I mean, we were starting a 9th grade quarterback in Cole Creighton, and he gets injured, I think, the 2nd or 3rd possession of the game. But what happens? Shiloh just dominated the trenches, offensively, defensively, and just ran away with the game. Very exciting start to the season, and that, like you said, started the season in Little Rock, finished in Little Rock, didn't finish the way Shiloh wanted to, playing those pesky Parkview Patriots that just taking care of business against everybody. But it's a new year, and like you said, Little Rock Christian, because of the success they've had the past 2 seasons and the AAA competitive equity deal, they have moved up to 7A. Same with us at Shiloh. We have moved up to 6A, and I expect another great competition here tonight between these 2 teams. You know, as you're finishing up something here, I was wondering what the weather was going to be like as we were driving down, went through a few rain showers on I-40, and then we had a little dry spot or whatever, and then the clouds opened up, had a major downpour for about 30 to 45 minutes, but it has all moved to the southeast. We got blue skies to the northwest, sun is setting to our west, and it is a great atmosphere here tonight between 2 very competitive football teams, 2 highly ranked football teams.
Yeah, Cliff, as we talk about the Little Rock Christian Warriors again, they moved up to 7A this year, so they'll get the likes of Bryant, Cabot, some of those high teams in the 7As. They've had success in 6A, played for a state championship last year at 6A before losing to Greenwood in the championship game. But Cliff, for our Saints last week, kind of looking back, really the way you'd want to start the season. I think it was a true revenge game with Farmington, but the Cardinals did beat us last year. So a chance to kind of see the message early in the season. We do that, really pound. But I think, Cliff, the thing, if you just look back last week, for the most part, really played a clean game. Not a lot of turnovers, a few penalties that you expect in the first week. But from overall execution standpoint, particularly on the defensive end, just a really good, solid week 1 performance.
It really was. It started with the first play of the game as Shiloh did a little trickery there. Pitched the ball to the junior running back, Griffin Mason, and then he hits his receiver in stride 70 yards for 1 play, 1 touchdown, and Shiloh did not look back after that, building a 22-0 lead, if I remember right, in the first quarter. And then just some other big plays. We talked about it last week. The first 5 scoring drives for Shiloh were all under a minute. And you combine those 5 scoring drives, it combined time was 2 minutes and 45 seconds. So very explosive offense last week for the Saints, but we're used to seeing that. But you're right. A few too many penalties. You can expect that in the opening game of the season. But we've got to be better at that tonight, because sometimes those penalties will come back to hurt you, especially when you're playing a good team, a quality opponent like the Little Rock Christian Warriors that we are playing tonight. So just the areas that this Saint team has been working on all week long is the holding penalties. That was the bulk of the penalties. I believe we had 13 penalties last week, and so a bunch of those were holds. So you've got to be better at that tonight. You've got to be better at throwing the ball vertically. There were times that Shiloh was not successful doing that. Also times that the tempo wasn't really up to Shiloh's speed. We've talked about that through the years. Got to get faster with the tempo as the game goes on. I know on the offensive line, they've been working really hard on just perfecting their craft. starts with the big guys up front, starts with the snap, and I know they want 100% of the snaps in the strike zone tonight, starting with the center. They've also got to recognize linebackers tonight. Good linebackers here for the Warriors. And the offensive line, they've got to know what the defensive set is. They've got to look at who's coming, block the holes, give your quarterback Cole Creighton and your running backs, led by Griffin Mason in the backfield, plenty of time to get the play off. And then I expect just some different schemes from the defense of the Warriors tonight. And so Shiloh's got to recognize that on the offensive side of the ball. And I think if they do that, I think we'll have success. We're not going to see anything near the Little Rock Christian team that we saw last season, led by a senior quarterback who's now at Auburn University in Walker White. And Ronnie Inoki, who was a running back last year, is injured. He is not playing tonight. And so they had a lot of guys graduate. They only return on the offensive side of the ball 2 or 3 returners from last season. So we're going to see a different team. We're going to see a team that is coached well, a team that operates well on the field on both sides of the ball. We're going to have to play a really good game tonight if we want to win this game.
So Little Rock Christian, as Cliff mentioned, Walker White, the star quarterback last year at Auburn. Now they'll go be led by Kemp Keller, the junior, 6'2", 180 pounds, will be the quarterback this year as the Saints won the toss and looks like they're going to receive to start the game. So as Cliff mentioned, Ronnie Inoki, probably one of their best players from a year ago, is injured. Will be out, hoping to actually talk to him in pregame, hoping he'll be back in a couple of weeks for them. But they'll see Jackson Ward, who will be the junior running back, 5'8", 180, will be the guy to watch for Little Rock Christian. They've got about 6 receivers. They'll try to spread it around a little bit. But Keller, even though he's an inexperienced junior, a very good quarterback, can certainly throw the football to go through. So Little Rock Christian comes in again 1-0. They won their opener last week 21-14 at El Dorado. And then they played Benton in a scrimmage game, sort of the benefit game, and they won that game here at Little Rock Christian. So Benton's a team that is in 6A in the East, so Saints never know down in the playoffs could run into that group through as we go. So about 2 minutes left to kick off as the toss has been flipped and the Saints won the toss. And so Cliff, coming back into this one last year, it's kind of I put you on a spot. I thought the home team has never maybe won in this series, so at least the last 4 games for sure. But 2 schools that are very similar but have only played 6 times. Yeah,
you're right. Shiloh has a 4-2 advantage, and yeah, I'd have to go back and think. I didn't really think about that this week, but you see the Saints coming out on the field and showing off a new helmet design tonight. You see SCS across the helmet. Got the white jersey, the blue pants. Really clean, crisp look here for our Saints tonight. As Little Rock Christian runs out, they will have, it looks like, all green on and a blue helmet. So you'll be able to tell who your teammate is on the field tonight. Both uniform combos are definitely different. But, yeah, Shiloh owns a 4-2 all-time series lead here. You know, we won last year. And then I remember being here, I don't remember what year it was, won on maybe an overtime or last-second field goal. So that's 2 wins. I know Little Rock Christian came to Shiloh and beat Shiloh just a couple years ago, so that's 2-1. I can't really remember the others, I'm sorry, but they've been great games every year. I mean, it's 2 schools that step off the football field are very similar in schools, what their mission of the school is, what they want to do athletically and academically and spiritually. So it's kind of like two brothers here that are fighting it out to see who's the better brother tonight.
Yeah, as we mentioned, Little Rock Christian, a 7A school now, similar to the Saints, a 4A true enrollment, but 7A due to the equity cause. The Saints, a 3A true enrollment, but a 6A as far as what they will wind up playing on the football field. So you get the feeling in a few years the Saints and Warriors might be meeting in a playoff game, as they're both probably destined for 7A football. So,
well, and they could be conference opponents.
Yeah.
Just depending on what the shakedown is and all that. I know Little Rock Christian was in the 6A West, I believe, last year. I think they were,
yeah.
Because I know they've been with Russellville and Greenwood, and they're in our conference this year. So.
Yeah, they finished second to Greenwood in the conference, lost to them in the last season. Crazy thing about Little Rock Christian last year, Cliff, they only lost 3 games. Once to us the first game, to Greenwood the last regular season game and then Greenwood in the state championship game. So for the Saints' victory last year, really impressive. I mean, that Little Rock Christian football team had a lot of seniors, as you mentioned. You know, you look down at their depth chart, it's, you know, juniors, sophomores, lots of sophomores and juniors that are going to be on the field this year. And a new coach, as Dustin Grimmett, takes over at Little Rock Christian. So Saints Dax Widger, Dax Widger had a replay of them before. Griff Mason back deep to receive the opening kickoff. Warriors with a left-footed kicker, so that's a little unique. And we are underway from Little Rock. Kick is a great one, back 5 yards deep in the end zone, and a touchback. So the Saints will start at their own 20. So kicker is definitely a weapon that the Warriors have. A left-footed kicker, pretty good on field goals, as Charlie Hausbrock puts it in the end zone. Touchback, and a 1st and 10 for the Saints at the 20-yard line. Shiloh won the toss, elected to receive. They scored on the first play of the game last week on offense, so we'd certainly take that again. Be 80 yards this time if the Saints could do it. Griffin Mason in the backfield on 1st down. Power look. Saints will send Carter Henley in motion to the left. There's a snap, back to pass. They're going to fire it out, bubble screen left, caught 25, and going to be taken off the feet at the 27-yard line is Chandler Kemp. So good pickup on 1st down, gain of 7 looks like, so 2nd and 3. Kutcher, who made a ton of tackles in the game last year for the Warriors, felt like he was in on every tackle, makes the first one here. Handoff, Mason going left. He's got the 1st down across the 30, 35, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 38-yard line. So good run of 10 there for Griffin Mason. Saints 2 plays and have converted a 1st down, 18 yards of offense already. Trips right for Shiloh here. Slider will be the receiver all the way to the right side. Low snap, hands it off left side. Griffin Mason cuts back up the middle, and Griff's going to get 2 to the 40-yard line there. Pretty good job by the Warriors offensively on pushing the Saint offensive line in the backfield. 2nd and 8. Both teams run the same style, quick, hurry-up offense, so there will not be a lot of time in between a lot of offensive plays tonight. At the 43, receivers to the right. Cole looks this way, under pressure, rolling, and finally just has to turn and throw it back shoulder, and it's going to be incomplete at midfield. Tended in the direction of Dalton Carnes, but really just had to throw that one away. So,
well, he had it looked like Dalton opened early, or someone just inside or about the hash chose not to make the throw, trying to buy a little more time, not able to complete the pass. But I can already see, I talked earlier about the tempo. Shiloh wants to have a little more quicker tempo tonight than he did last week, and I'm already seeing that.
3rd and 8, Kemp in motion, Warriors so blitz. Look like they're offsides. I don't see a flag. Cole Creighton fires. There's a incomplete at midfield. Looked like a little bit of an early hit from the safety, but Warriors may have gotten away with it twice. They looked like they were offsides, and it looked like a little bit of PI, but neither call, so it's 4th and 8, and the Saints are going to send out the punting team.
Yeah, you kind of need to do that on this side of the field early on. You see the intensity that Little Rock Christian wants to bring to the Saint offense from the defensive side. Did a great job of giving up about 2 first downs and then putting a stop to it there. Shiloh not able to pick up the 3rd.
So Shiloh punt it away. Nobody back deep for Little Rock Christian. They're not convinced that the Saints are going to punt this. We'll see. The Saints are letting the play clock run down at 1, and now they're going to use a timeout. Maybe the official over here is saying delay a game, but you can see the Saints coach is calling for a timeout. They're not going to get it. Either way, it's going to be 4th and 13 now, so kind of like saving the timeout in some ways. But now Little Rock Christian will put somebody back deep as Gabe Schroeder goes back to receive the kick. Saints looking at the defensive alignment, see if they want to try a fake or anything of that nature early on.
Well, Shiloh had a great play last week against Farmington where they lined up 3 wide on both sides and then had Hudson Ball just sprint right down the middle. It's wide open.
And it's a fake. Griffin Mason Creighton has the ball knocked out of his hands, and Little Rock Christian's going to fall on it at the 13-yard line. So Creighton tried to throw the football and had it knocked out of his hands from behind as he was going to try to throw it with Griffin Mason with a fake punt. So the Warriors are going to be set up super awesome right here for them inside the Saint 20-yard line to start the game.
Yeah, just a breakdown on the offensive line there. And Little Rock Christian able to get to the backfield and just strip the ball away from Cole as he was looking downfield. So not the start you wanted to have here if you're the Saint offense. Now our defense is back against the wall here.
So at the 14, Little Rock Christian takes over the 1st and 10. 10:49 to go in the first quarter. And the Warriors in business. Ooh, low snap, back to pass. Going to fire over the middle. Got a man open. It's knocked away at the last second. Excellent defense there by the Saints, as it was deflected there by number 13, A.J. Yalanen, who used all of that 6'1" frame to knock that one down. So second down from the 14 for the Warriors. So, Cliff, if you're the defense here, get out of here with 3. Just hold them to a field goal, and that would be a win with starting inside your own 20 to start the football game. Running back is 27, Jackson Ward. He's a guy to watch. He takes the handoff, big hole to the 10. He's to the 5. He's going to be taken down there at the 5. So he gains 9. It'll bring up 3rd down and a short yard for the Warriors, who will go quickly on this play. Got to feel like Ward's going to get another carry here. There's the snap. It's a handoff. He's going to go up the middle, and Ward is down to the 1. He's just a little bit shy. So Little Rock Christian will use a power formation here.
Well, I think Coach Grimmett, he was here last year, and he knows what this Saint offensive and defensive line did at the line of scrimmage and how they dominated all game long. Really showed their toughness last year, and I'm sure he's preached to his team about they've got to be tougher this year against the Saints.
Man in motion, Ward at the 1-yard line is going to take the handoff and go straight up the middle, and he's in for the Little Rock Christian touchdown. So Saints unable on the fake punt to get the ball knocked away. Warriors start at the 14, and they stick it in the end zone. So a minute and 59 seconds into the football game, and the Warriors have a touchdown and a 6-0 lead with the extra point on the way. So not the ideal start as you get the ball and turn it over and then give Little Rock Christian the touchdown. So Charlie Hasbrook on for the extra point for Little Rock Christian. Snap is low. They're going to try to run it, and he has nothing going. So a bad snap, and the score remains 6-0 Warriors with 10:01 to go in the first quarter. So that's a little bit of a help, but not a great start for the Saints. And boy, Cliff, we just put our defense in too bad a position to start the game. You had your own 14 backed up.
I mean, that is a tough situation to put your defense in. And, you know, Shiloh, their first couple of plays and 2 first downs there, they look good. And then he just kind of stalled on the third little possession on that drive. And then, again, the bobbled strip, sack, you know, whatever you want to call it, fumble. And great field position, short field for the Warriors. So now Saints will be back out on offense, and they really need to show something here. And, you know, with the 2-point conversion that was no good right there, Saint offense has a chance to come down, score, and take the lead.
So Eldridge, Griffin Mason, and Chandler Kipp back deep to receive the kick. The first one was a touchback 5 yards deep, so we'll see if this one's a little bit shorter, or if this is going to be the way Little Rock Christian's going to do it. So more of a line drive. Mason's able to catch it, but he loses it. It goes back to the 2 where he has to pick it up to the 5. He's in trouble at the 6. There's a face mask.
No flag.
There is no flag. That is... I'm not even sure how you missed that. The entire stand screams face mask. So that even makes the things worse, as the Saints are now, instead of at least getting out past the 20, are going to be pinned inside their own 10 with a 1st and 10. So not good on the special team so far for the Saints. We'll have to try to turn that around with 9:55 to go in the first quarter. There's a snap. Going to hand it to Griffin. Nope. Yeah, it's handed off to Griffin Mason. He breaks a little bit to the left. Ball comes loose, and Little Rock Christian's got it at the 10-yard line. So Mason got held up and stripped from behind, and the Saints, within the first 2.5 minutes of the game, have turned it over twice, and twice Little Rock Christian's going to start inside the Shiloh 20-yard line. And so the defense, boy, they have had their backs ultimately pinned to the wall, gave up a touchdown on the first drive, and we'll have to get a second one. So, Cliff, it's just what you want to do, good defensively. They held him up, stripped the football.
Yeah, you got to hold on to that football. I know, again, it rained earlier. The field's a little wet, but it's good turf, and just got to hold on to it.
Quarterback back to pass. He's under pressure, going to roll to his right, going to throw the corner of the end zone. It's caught. Is he in bounds? No, out of bounds. Good pass by Keller. Boy, he had one place he could throw that pass, and he drilled it into his receiver, but unable to catch it was Pete Greenwood, senior wide receiver. So 2nd and 10 for the Warriors. But, hey, Cliff, good pressure by the defensive line there. Really forced him out of the pocket, and he had only one opportunity to throw it. Ward is the only setback. He'll shift to the left. He'll run up the middle. He's inside the 5 and down to the 4-yard line. He picks up 6, so it's 3rd down from the 4. Ward only 180 pounds, 5'8", not a big kid, but really quick. As you can see, that first step into the line of scrimmage, he hits the hole hard. So with Ward and Anoki, who's injured, Little Rock Christian with a really good 1-2 punch it back, but only a 1 punch tonight. Big play here, 3rd and 4. Let's see if the Saints can get a stop. At least force a field goal. There's to hand it off Ward. Up the middle, he's taken off his feet at the 3. Good job by the Saint defense. As flying up there for Shiloh to knock him off his feet was number 2, Cohen Beach. So good job by Cohen to get in the backfield. 4th and goal from the 4. Let's see what Little Rock Christian wants to do. And boy, Cliff, if you get a stop right here, you've had everything in the world go bad for you. You could only be down by 6.
Yeah, you got to get a stop here.
4th and goal from the 4 for Little Rock Christian. They are not kicking the field goal and trying to take a 2-score lead. They're going to go back to pass, slant. It is incomplete. Knocked away there in the end zone by the Saints. Great defense by Alexander Salter. Salter knocked it away, and what a tremendous job by the Saint defense. Pinned inside their 10, and they do not give up a touchdown and get off the field, and still a 6-0 game.
Yeah, Kemp did a great job of throwing to the slant there. Maybe threw it just a little too hard for his receiver coming back across the middle. But great job by Xander Salter to deflect it. And now the Saints have a long field to go, but they kept him out of the end zone.
Trips formation. Griffin Mason going to get the carry going left. He's going to be taken off his feet just outside the 5, only a gain of a yard on 2nd down and 9. Saints like something about the Little Rock Christian right side of their defense. They've attacked it with every run play so far, as Griffin Mason gets a yard there. 2nd and 9. Saints, boy, really, if nothing else, you want to at least flip field position and keep your defense off the field, as they've been really pinned back with a lot of stress early in the game. Mason, again, breaks 1 tackle to the 10, and he's going to be spun down around the 11-yard line. He'll get 5 there, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 3 for the Saints at their own 11. 8 minutes exactly to go in the first quarter. Little Rock Christian off a Saint turnover scored. Off another Saint turnover, the Saint defense held and took the football back. 3rd and 3, handoff coming right side, hitting the backfield and nothing doing. Down at the 8-yard line, going to lose 3 on that play. As the Saints went with Griffin Mason again, and that time Little Rock Christian hit him in the backfield. So 4th down, and the Saints are going to have to punt, it looks like, from their own end zone.
Yeah, Little Rock Christian doing a great job in their interior defensive line, just shutting down any run lanes. The success that Shiloh's had early on in this game running the ball, they've run out to the left side. They haven't run inside. They've run it to the outside. So our offensive line needs to create some holes. It's probably a punting situation here.
There's a snap. Good one. Kick away. Very good punt. He's going to fair catch it all the way back at the 45-yard line, so you'll take that. Really good job kick. So a 37-yard kick with no return at the 45. So the Warriors take over on their side of the field for the 3rd time in the first 5 minutes of the football game. But
sorry, Billy. But, I mean, we're just not used to seeing Shiloh do what they've done on 3 drives, and that's 2 fumbles and a punt. But you got to give Little Rock Christian credit. Their defense has played great and kept the Shiloh offense in check so far.
There's the snap. They're going to hand it up the middle. Ward's going to push his way across to the 40-yard line. So you kind of get the feeling Little Rock Christian's sort of taking the Shiloh playbook from last year, where it was kind of Bo Williams left, Bo Williams right. Right now it is Jackson Ward up the middle, Jackson Ward up the middle for the Warriors. So 2nd and 6 from the 40-yard line.
Yeah, and there's a big offensive line here for the Warriors. They're creating some holes in a little running lane.
There's a snap. Keller looks to the Ward, fires over the middle, got a man wide open, called 25-20 to the 15, and is going to be taken off his feet. There's Pierre Pickens. 6'1", 200-pound sophomore, tall sophomore football player. Pickens, they got the ball to a lot last week against El Dorado. Picks up 21, and all the way down to about the Shiloh, looks like 16 is where they'll spot it. 1st and 10, 6:20 to go. Warriors in the red zone again. Quick pass out to the flat is going to be caught and knocked off his feet at the line of scrimmage. Really good job of the defense. Looked like Cohen Beach kind of blew up the outside block there and was able, didn't make the stop, but at least he blew the play up a little bit. So 2nd down and 9. 5:56 to go first quarter, and it's been a first quarter that Little Rock Christian's played near the St. end zone. Handoff Ward, he's hit at the line, he fumbles the ball, but I think he fell back on it. He did at the 16-yard line. 2 Saints hit him, and then Ward fell back on it. Nearly had the turnover there, but it's going to bring up 3rd down and long for Little Rock Christian. And Cliff, a big play for the Shiloh defense. You can get a stop here. You're still 6 points.
Absolutely. 3rd and 9 here. I'm sure Little Rock Christian will try to attempt a field goal. You got a great kicker. They want to pick up this 1st down.
They wanted the slant. It's not there. Quarterback's rolling right, deflecting his receiver, fires, and it's going to be caught at the 8. Spins inside and dives in the end zone for a Little Rock Christian touchdown. Outstanding job by Kemp Keller, the quarterback. He just kept the play alive, deflected his receiver where he wanted him to go, and then threw it in, a bullet in there. Keller, boy, he has got a big arm for the junior, and he did a great job there of extending the play and getting the touchdown. So 5:15 to go in the first quarter. Little Rock Christian will try the extra point, leading in this game 12-0.
Yeah, you see the offensive line here for the Warriors. You see 76, their center. That's Clayton Morin. He is 6'4", 335. Right next to him is big Christian Lewis, number 53, 6'7", 450 pounds. The kick is
this extra point is no good. He hit the left upright. So
they've got some beef on the line that Shiloh's just got to get. They've got to get around. They got to get some pressure on in the backfield, get some pressure on the quarterback, make Kemp, the quarterback, feel uncomfortable. But he's done a great job so far on their first 3 drives as he's led to the Warriors to 2 scoring drives.
12-zip. Little Rock Christian has jumped on top. 5:15 to go in the first quarter. Almost the polar opposite of what we saw last year as the Saints jumped all over Little Rock Christian early here, but this time the Warriors have returned the favor, although the Saints have helped them out with a couple of turnovers early in the game, one on special teams and then a fumble on the second play. So 12-0, 5:15 to go in the first quarter. Little Rock Christian will kick it off. Griffin Mason was able to return the last kick, but he fumbled it, picked it back up, and got pinned inside. So like to start past the 20 for the first time, Cliff, on the special teams. Little Rock Christian's pinned us back over and over. There's the kick. This is a good one. Let's see. Mason's going to watch it go 6 yards deep in the end zone. The problem, Cliff, 5:15 to go in the first quarter. That's the 3rd time Little Rock Christian's kicked off. So the Saints can get things going on 1st and 10 from their own 20. Offense has kind of been stagnant so far, have not really established the running game or the passing game at this moment. So we'll see what they can do after really just dominating in the run game a year ago. Tell Little Rock Christian's got a little fire in their belly early as they've been able to stop the Saint running game totally going through. So 2 receivers to the right. Slider's going to go in motion. There's a snap. Going to hand it to Griffin Mason coming right. Griffin's to the 20, the 25, and he's going to push his way up to the 29-yard line. Good blocking up that time by the Saint offensive line. Dalton Carnes with a good block out here to the right. Looks like Mason will get 9, so 2nd down and a yard to go. Little Rock Christian trying to get set as the Saints got lined up quickly. They'll send Slider in motion, same play, same formation. Run play right up the middle, hit at the line and pushing forward, and that's about all they can get. We'll see if they give him the 1st down. I think they do.
Yeah, I think he picked up
Griffin got the
1 yard that he needed to move the chains, so that's a good momentum builder for this Saint offense. They're now at the 30-yard line. Got to have a sustained drive here. Put some points on the board this drive.
Snap, handoff Griffin again. He's going to go to the 30, 32, and plows forward for about 3, and that's all he'll get there. So 2nd down and 7 for the Saints. Yeah, the other thing, Cliff, your defense has just been on the field the entire half. And high pressure situations. Got to give those guys a little break. But if you can go score, you're within 5-6 points in a game everything's gone against you. So this is a big drive to just kind of settle things down. Quick pass out to the flat. Carnes has got it, and he can't get anything as Little Rock Christian just blew up the block on the bubble screen. And he's going to be maybe a yard. And
looks
that's
like they gave him a yard.
That was probably a generous spot you're going to get with that one. So 3rd down and 7 at the 33-yard line for the Saints. Boy, big play here. Trips to the left for Shiloh. Griffin Mason in the backfield. There's a snap. Rolling left is Creighton. Looks, has time, goes deep down the field. It's pretty well covered and overthrown at the 31-yard line. It's intended for Carnes. They had two guys back there, and he was pretty well covered. Really just nowhere to throw the ball for Creighton. So Saints with another 4th down, 4th and 6, as the Little Rock Christian defense has come to play today, making all kinds of plays, getting the Saints off the field consistently.
Yeah, early in the first quarter here, they have shown to be the better team on the defensive side, forcing 2 fumbles and a punt. And we'll see what Shiloh elects to do here on their 4th and 6th play. It's been Griffin Mason running the ball, 8 carries for 33 yards. So Little Rock Christian has done a good job of keeping Griffin in check. Cole passing the ball, only 2 of 5 for 9 yards.
There's a snap. Cole Creighton is going to kick it away. High kick, good kick by Cole. Fair catch called for and made at the 30-yard line by Little Rock Christian. So Cole barely got that off. The play clock was at 1 when he did, but Schroeder with a fair catch. Creighton's done a really good job in the punting game. No return yards, high kicks, really prevented any type of return to go. So 3:27 to go in the first quarter, and Cliff, we said it all game, the defense is under pressure again to not go down 3 scores, at least this time. Shifted a little field position, though.
Yeah, I'd like to see this defense create a turnover, pop Ward in the backfield, cause a fumble maybe.
They're going to hand it to Ward going right up the middle, and there's 0 doing as he's hit at the line of scrimmage, maybe even lost a yard back to 2. It's actually going to lose 2 back to the 29. Good pressure that time. Sid Scott kind of stuffed the hole, and then Ethan Brewer just came flying up the hole for the stop. So 2nd and 12 now for the Warriors at their own 29-yard line. Trips to the left this time. Jackson the only back. Both teams really using the same formations a lot in this game. They look very similar to each other in many ways. There's the handoff. Jackson's hit it, taken down at the line of scrimmage. He'll fall forward and get back there, and that's it. So going to bring up 3rd down for the Saints.
Yeah, Hudson Ball, Carter Henley both on the tackle there, stopping Ward. So brings up a 3rd and long for the Warriors, a situation that Shiloh has been in offensively. Now the Warriors are in that situation. Our defense needs to make a stop here.
Saints running a man on the field late, but they'll get him there. Back to pass, in trouble. Quarterback's going to roll, fires over the middle. It's called the 40 fumble, or is it going to be an incomplete pass? I think it's a fumble. Oh, there's a flag, Cliff. I think they're going to get us for targeting, maybe. The official never ruled if it was a catch or a fumble, and he never spotted the ball either. So I'm not quite sure if it's a catch and a fumble and incomplete. There's a flag as well.
That cannot be a targeting call.
The player is down for Little Rock Christian on the side, but the official from the near side immediately threw the flag. But again, he never spotted the ball. He never called it a completion, incompletion. He just threw the flag. So.
And I don't know if we have a replay that we can look at and slow it down a little bit, but it looked like the receiver caught the ball. I would say, if anything, it's an incomplete pass.
I thought he took one step. Yeah, I didn't see a second step. The officials are still talking. Now they have all of the officials out there. The injured player for Little Rock Christian's off, and he's going to be okay. It's number 17, Ryan Burfitt. Officials still talking, so we're kind of waiting as you.
Well, I think Coach Barnard's not going to like this call if it's a targeting. No flag.
Oh, he's saying offense, so it's going to be ruled a catch and a fumble, which I'm not sure it was a catch, but I'll take it. Yeah.
But and we still haven't seen the replay here, but I think that's the correct call. But maybe the officials just felt like, hey, you see this in college a lot of times, like, let's throw the flag if it's a potential targeting. Let's talk about it. What did everybody see? And then wave it off if we need to, versus don't throw a flag on a target.
Well, Cliff, you wished it into existence. You asked for a turnover. You got it. 1st and 10 at the 40 of Little Rock Christian. Saints, who have just not played well so far, the defense bails them out with a turnover and the ball at the 40. Play action, back to pass, Creighton. Got a man wide open down the middle, 10, 5, touchdown, Shiloh in the back of the end zone. Chandler Kemp's got it, and the Saints are on the board, 12-6. And what you needed desperately, a Saint defensive turnover. Offense, one play, puts it in the end zone. In a game where nothing is going your way, 2-10 in the first quarter, it is a 12-6 one-score game. Saints in that famous swinging gate they like to run. The Cardinals never figured it out at Farmington last year. Shiloh trying to get somebody on the field, I think, to get it go. Let's see. They like their formation. They're going to send the man slider in motion behind the play. There's the snap. Creighton rolls. He's got a man wide open. It's just like last week, and it's 12-8 as the Saints get the two-point conversion as Dalton Carnes with the catch on the two-point conversion. So 2:10 to go in the first quarter, and the Saints, after taking uppercut after uppercut after uppercut early in this game, get off the mat, and it's 12-8 with the two-point conversion. Boy, Cliff, can you wish another turnover in existence? Man, we needed that.
Sometimes it happens. But, yeah, great play there by Cole Creighton. Just staying in the pocket, letting the receiver run the route. Kemp running the route. Offensive line doing a great job of keeping the defense out of Cole's face so he can step into the throw, make a great throw. But what I like to see is Kemp getting separation from the defensive back. A lot of times receivers are good, but you don't know how good they can be because they don't get separation. And there have been times here at Shiloh that our receivers have not gotten separation and they're just not open. And it puts pressure on the quarterback trying to throw a ball in a narrow space there. But Chandler Kemp got his separation there. Cole Creighton had time to throw, gave him enough lead time there on the throw, led Kemp just perfectly. And Shiloh's on the board after the two-point conversion, 12-8.
So Aiden Pullen will kick it off for the Saints. 12-8, Warriors lead. 2:10 to go first quarter. Pullen's kick is high and to the right. They're running up to catch it at the 15 to the 20. Bounces outside 25. Got a little hole to the 30. Makes a man miss and down at the 31-yard line. So Saints covered it pretty well after an initial little return by Tristan Watson. Watson played a lot as a sophomore last year. Little Rock Christian, remember calling his name quite a few times in that game a year ago. So he's back as a junior playing for the Warriors. 2:03 to go first quarter. Saint defense got a turnover on their last possession with a big hit after a catch. And then the Saints put it in the end zone. 12-8 the score here with 2:03 to go in the first quarter. Warriors have Ward. He'll shift to the left. Play action that way. Man chasing him is Carter Henley. Quarterback throws. There's a flag for holding as the quarterback throws it incomplete. Nearly popped up in the air where it could be intercepted, but it went out of bounds. There's a flag down at the 19-yard line, and there was an offensive lineman for the Warriors. And number 52 is getting some coaching, I guess, Cliff, you could say, from the sideline, as the coach is out at the 30-yard line letting his offensive lineman have it. So back up will go the Warriors. It'll be 1st and 20 after the holding penalty. So good job by the Saint defense, though. Not only did they get pressure, they covered the ball well down the field as well. So back at their own 22, 1st and 20 now for Little Rock Christian. 1:56 to go in the first quarter. 12-8, Warriors lead this football game. Ward's going to step to the right, back to pass. Keller looking left, throws it over the middle, incomplete at the 35-yard line. Rushed that throw a little bit as he tried to fire it in there.
Yeah, you can see the arm that Keller has. He's just inexperienced as a quarterback. He's a junior. He's been behind Walker White for a couple of years, and he's just learning the position here at the varsity level. But you can see he's got a great arm, and he's already connected several times with the receivers, but just missing and leading his receiver a little too much on that throw.
2nd and 20 for Little Rock Christian at their own 22. Back to pass. It's going to be a screen. He throws it to the right. Nobody there. Incomplete at the 25.
So that's the defensive pressure that Shiloh wants to bring and just get Keller just on his heel. Get him uncomfortable in the backfield, and he'll make mistakes, just like we saw right there where he just kind of throws it to an area. It could have easily been picked off if Shiloh would have been just a little bit closer. It brings up 3rd and long. This defensive secondary and safety for Shiloh got to protect against the long pass.
Yeah. Still want anybody behind you here. You'll give up 10 yards or so on a catch. Just make the tackle. Back to pass. Blitz coming. In trouble. Hit. Gets away. Back to the 10. Still running. There's a holding penalty. The ball's deep down the field. And Yolanda nearly picks it off at the 42. It goes incomplete. There's a flag at the 18 for holding as Hudson Ball was getting mauled right there.
Yeah, I think you've got to decline this and,
Yeah,
and bring
take
up the
fourth
fourth
down.
down and force a punt here. So great intensity by this defense. They kind of building off of the intensity that the offense had and scoring that first touchdown. So call is holding.
So it's holding against the Warriors. Saints decline it to make up 4th and 20 at their own 22-yard line. Dalton Cards back deep at the 41 to receive the punt. On to the punt for the Warriors is number 1, Gabe Schroeder. Saints are going to take over unless there's a really long punt here at close to midfield with 1:37 to go. A little bit of a high snap. Kick is going to be roamed to the right. Carnes is running over there. Can he get it? He can at the 35. He'll get up the field to the 40. Makes a tackle, makes a man miss at the 45, and out of bounds at the 49. Really good job by Dalton. It's not necessarily the yards that he got on the return. It's the yards he saved by not letting the football roll down the field. Really good job there. And the Saints take it over at the 49. So, Cliff, with 1:26 to go in the first quarter, you're down 4, you got the ball. We're a long way from where we were with 6 minutes to go in the first quarter where the Warriors had a 2-score lead in 1st and goal.
Absolutely. This is Shiloh's 6th drive of the first quarter. Well, you see teams that don't have 6 drives in a half or maybe even through 3 quarters. Shiloh with their 6th this quarter have been back and forth, both teams.
2 receivers to the right for the Saints. At their own 49, Carter Henley's in motion, back to pass, quick screen pass out this way, caught by Slider at midfield. He breaks 1 tackle and then slung down at the 46 of Little Rock Christian, picks up 5 on that play. So 2nd down for the Saints and 5 at the 46-yard line of Little Rock Christian. 1:08 to go in the quarter, which we know from last week, Cliff, 1:08, we can score a couple touchdowns in that period of time. That's how this offense rolls. Griff Mason in the backfield. He's going to play action here. Creighton looks deep, throws right down the right sideline. Sliders got it! Great high-pointed catch. Oh, he said he's out of bounds. He didn't hang on to the ball. He lost it as he hit the ground.
Boy, he had it at the sidelines and just could not come down with the catch. Official right on the spot there. So
Slider kind of slaps his hand. Yeah,
frustrated. He's like, I should have caught that. I high-pointed it. I'm bringing it down, not able to complete it. Beautiful throw by Cole, by the way.
3rd and 5. Really like to get 2 or 3 yards here. That way, you're probably going to go for it on 4th down if you can just make it a shorter distance here. Creighton, handoff, Mason, 45 to the 40. I think he got it, Cliff. Yep, he does. 1st down at the 40-yard line of Little Rock Christian. Big 3rd down conversion for the Saints there. Clock stopped with 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. So the Saints have continued to attack the right side of the Little Rock Christian defensive line throughout this game as Creighton fires a towel back across midfield. As Cliff mentioned, it rained heavily before the game, just like last week in some ways. So you're kind of a wet field. It's a little cooler too. Hand off Mason. He's going to be hit after plowed down after a gain of 1. So Griff gets 1. That'll bring up 2nd and 9. 17 seconds to go in the quarter. We'll see if the Saints maybe just go up to the line, see if they like the look. If they don't, they may let the quarter expire. Don't see a play call coming in from the sideline until now, so it'll be tough for the Saints to get the play off. And they will not, as that ends the first quarter. So an exciting and eventful first quarter where the Warriors of Little Rock Christian lead Shiloh 12-8. As a couple turnovers early for the Saints, but they've kind of been able to overcome it, swinging the momentum back, and they are now with the ball on the Warriors side of the field with a 2nd down and 8 as we start the 2nd. Our elite video sponsors for 2024 Shiloh Christian Football: Geo Services, Roush Coleman Homes, McClarty Daniel. Champion video sponsors: Chick-fil-A Springdale, Mr. Sparky, Telecom, Mathis Home, Pavecom. Elite Visitor Press Box sponsor this year, Smith & Davis Orthodontics. The Arvest Scoreboard is sponsored by Arvest. Elite Championship sponsors, Reliable Poultry, Roush Coleman Homes, Quality Millwork Incorporated, Advanced Primary Care. Championship sponsors, Fastlane Entertainment, Mossback Fish Habitat, Wright's Barbecue, C.R. Crawford Construction, Harper's Food Stores, Osage Air, Ty King DDS, Midland Industrial Services LLC, Bacchus Concrete, Stubbs Center for Cosmetic Surgery. Play clocks this year sponsored by Arkansas Children's Hospital Northwest. Saints trail 12-8 as we get ready to start the second quarter. Shiloh will have a 2nd and 8 at the 38. So Cliff, you kind of feel like you took their best punch right out of the gate, and you're down 4 with the ball.
Yeah, I feel like you really did. You know, Little Rock Christian has to keep up that intensity and not let Shiloh back in the game. Shiloh, you know, just kind of was taking those punches, but now they're punching back, and this is another key drive for these Saints.
Empty backfield, bubble screen left for Kemp. He's got it to 35. He stays on his feet. Great job by Chandler as he gets down to the 26-yard line. A gain of 12 and a first down for the Saints.
Chandler Kemp has been the main target for Cole. 3 catches, 68 yards, 1 touchdown already.
Back to pass. Fires. Got it, man. Kemp again to the 10. He's down to the 9-yard line. A first down. And goal to go for the Saints at the 9-yard line.
It's another 17 yards to add to Chandler Kemp there, having a great first half for the Saints.
Griffin Mason going left, trying to break a tackle, does, and he's going to be pulled down hard from behind about the 7, so a gain of 2. Second down. Griffin fell kind of hard on his shoulder there as he kind of got slung hard to the ground, so second down. Into the game for the Saints is the freshman running back, Max Eldridge. So Max is in the backfield on second down. Max is going to get the carry going left. He's hitting the backfield, spins away to the 5, runs over a man into the end zone.
At the flag at the line of scrimmage, Billy.
For the touchdown,
what a run by Max.
Wow, tremendous run by the freshman.
So it's thrown about where a hold would be. I'm not sure. Cole saying touchdown's good. So it may be hands to the face
yeah.
On Little Rock Christian.
Yep, the official just said a face mask. So he's asking the coaches, if you could see that on camera, if you get a defensive penalty on a touchdown, you can choose to take it from the extra point or from the kickoff. And so the Saints will take it on the extra point. I'm sorry, on the kickoff. So they'll kick off from the 45 of Little Rock Christian. Saints will kick the extra point here, and then we'll kick off from the 45 of Little Rock Christian as they'll take the penalty. So Max Eldridge sticks it in the end zone. The freshman's second varsity touchdown as he got one against Farmington last week, and the Saints all of a sudden have a 14-12 lead with 11:01 to go. High snap as Pullen's kick is up, and it is good. So the Saints go up 3. So the extra points and special teams the Warriors have missed are now big as they trail by a field goal, 15-12 with 11:01 to go in the first quarter. As you see Eldridge's run, just a tremendous run as he got away from Schroeder and the end zone.
You know what made that run so good by Max Eldridge? Yes, he had a little block there, but he ran into a guy. Max, as a 9th grader, a strong 9th grader, mind you, not able to go down easy, bounces off of the would-be tackle, and then just muscles his way into the end zone. What a strong kid for a 9th grader. We are so happy that he is here playing with us on Friday nights. Should be playing on Thursday nights. Hey, our junior high team beat Pea Ridge last night, looked really good. Can't imagine how much better our junior high team would be with Max playing on both sides of the ball. But, boy, he's helping us on Friday nights here with the varsity.
Yeah. Last year, Max Eldridge was a Farmington, came over from Shiloh from Farmington. The junior high game last year, Cliff, between Max and Brody Francis was one of the – I was actually holding the chain gang that game, and just watching those two guys go at each other was an enjoyable play from the sidelines. It's a good kick. It's going to be in the end zone, going to be a touchback, so you'll take that every single time as Pullen puts it in the end zone for the touchback.
So rushing so far, Griffin Mason, leading rusher for the Saints here in the first half, 11 rushes for 42 yards. That's slightly over 4 yards, or just under, 4 yards per carry. And then you saw Max Eldridge there with the 7-yard touchdown run. That's the only rushing touchdown on the night. Cole has thrown 1 touchdown. He's 6 of 10 for 83 yards passing.
First and 10, Warriors at their own 20. Quick pass out to the flat is caught, down the sideline, 30 to the 35, and knocked out of bounds there. Saints tried to jump the route and pick it off and just couldn't quite do it. So Tristan Watson catches it, and he's, out to the 37. So a gain of 17, first down for the Warriors. Now they spot it back. tried to spot at the 39 instead of the 37. So first down, Saints trying to get set as the running back Ward comes to the left. Back to pass, Keller under pressure. Pump's going to step up in the pocket and run to the 40, and he's going to be taken down there after he gains 3. Good coverage downfield by Shiloh as Keller pumped the ball twice and just had nowhere to go and finally just had to tuck it and run. So 2nd and 7 for Little Rock Christian. If you're just joining us, 15-12 Shiloh. Warriors jumped out to a 12-0 lead. Saints have had 15 unanswered points since that point. There's a handoff. Ward going left to the 40, and he's taken down at the 42, maybe the 43. So he'll get 2. It'll bring up 3rd and 5 for the Warriors to go through. And Cliff, I was just about to say before that snap, they'd really gotten away from Ward, who was effective early and had given him a carry in a while, but they went to him right there.
It's a big 3rd down here for Little Rock Christian. Big 3rd down for the Saint defense. Little Rock Christian does not want to give the ball back yet.
Yeah, watch number 4, Pierre Pickens at the bottom. He's their really good go-to receiver. They're going to throw it deep down the left side, way overthrown and incomplete at the 25-yard line. They tried to throw it to number 5, Tristan Watson, on just a go. Saints had it covered well, so we'll see if the Warriors go to punt. I think I see Schrader running on the field, who's their punter. So if so, the Saints have gotten off the field after the touchdown. Dalton Carnes running on the field. He'll be back deep to receive. Schrader, kind of a rugby-style, Australian-style kicker, runs to his right. So Saints got a lot of pressure on the first punt, but Schrader kind of just extended it out and got the punt off. So we'll see if they change the angles on the punt. It won't be straight back, more than likely. There's a snap. Yeah, he's going to rugby it to the right. There's the kick. Nice angled kick. It's going to hit at the 30. Carnes trying to pick it up, just can't do it, can't get to it safely. Ball rolls dead at the 9. Fantastic bunt by Schroeder.
But the defense did what they needed to do. Again, Little Rock Christian comes out of the game scoring 2 touchdowns in their first 3 drives. They've got all the momentum. They've got the early lead. Saints chipping back. And now the Saint defense is kind of keeping the Warriors in check, forcing a couple punts here. So great job by the defensive unit for Shiloh.
Saints with a 1st and 10, but they got a long way to go. 91 yards as they're pinned at their own 9-yard line. Is Cole Creighton. Ethan Brewer in the backfield. Now Griff Mason's going to shift back, and Ethan will go to tight end on 1st down. Handoff going this way. Griffin Mason runs over a man. Look at that run to the 20. Oh, he fumbles the football. It's loose on the ground, and the Saints fall on it at the 26. I'm not so sure he wasn't down.
Well, I thought he was down too, but
we'll take the extra 4 yards now.
Got a few yards out of it.
So the fumble by Mason, but the Saints actually wind up with 4 additional yards on it as the ball is the 26. So a gain of 15 on that play on Griffin Mason's run. It'll officially be credited as a fumble recovered by Shiloh. Schroeder comes off the field, who's their punter, slowly, so we'll see if he's okay. Brewer in motion to the right, low snap, handoff up the middle. Griffin Mason hits a man at the 27, and he'll get about 2 on that carry. So 2nd and 8. Good job by the Little Rock Christian defensive line. And Cliff, I got to give you an opportunity here. Tell us about number 53 on the defensive line for the Warriors.
Well, you see him there on your screen, 53. He is a man. Again, that's Christian Lewis. He's only a junior, 6'7", 450 pounds. He really plugs the hole up in the middle of the line there.
Back to pass. Creighton fires incomplete. Pretty good coverage there by the Warriors. Saints just couldn't get it to go. But, yeah, Cliff, just puts so much pressure over your center because you got a 450-pound guy standing up, running straight into your center after every snap. And you're not going to push him forward. You just got to hold your ground best you can.
Well, and if you're throwing across the middle, you've got to watch for the hand extension up there. I mean, 6'7", raising his hands. I mean, he's going to be a good 8 feet up in the air. That Cole, if he's going across the middle, you really got to get it past him.
Sophomore center Mickey McIntyre will have his hands full tonight with a guy over 200 pounds of size. Oh, there's a flag. Little Rock Christian was trying to show the blitz off the right side, but the Saints jumped, trying to adjust. So 3rd and 9 becomes 3rd and 14. So after the good run on 1st down, the Saint offense has kind of sputtered a little bit here. 3rd and 14, back at the 27. Chandler Kemp, who's had a couple big catches in this game, is wide to the left along with Dalton Carnes. Look for the Saints to probably come this way, as there's going to Cole Creighton in trouble, running to his right, fires. It's going to be caught at the 33 and knocked down. He gets 11, but needed 14, so it's going to be 4th and 3 as Cohen Beach with a, actually I think that was Cohen Beach with a catch. So Cohen with a catch. 4th down for the Saints. Shiloh, no hesitation. They immediately line up to go for it. Little Rock Christian showing an all-out blitz. We'll see if they come. Ooh, I think they jumped off sides, Cliff. I think we got them.
Boy, if they did, that is just, that's costly for this Warrior defense. They had Shiloh backed up, and it is offsides on the Warriors. We will take it.
So the ball will be placed at the 42, and that should move the chains, and it does. So the Saints get a gift of like Christmas Day right there. Jumping off sides on 4th and 5 will drive every coach in America crazy. But the Warriors do it, and the Saints have a first down. Handoff, Mason going left. He's got some room. To the 40, to the 45, midfield. 45-40, 35-30, 25-20. Schrader's the only man there, and Schrader gets him down at the 15-yard line as he ran him down at the 15. But Griffin Mason with a big-time run. And after the offsides penalty, the Saints hit him with a big play on the next one and move it all the way down to the 15 with 8:01 to go in the quarter, leading 15-12.
48-yard run there by Griffin. Great blocking, great hole on the left side for Griffin to run through.
Kemp in motion to the right. There's a snap. Going to hand it to Eldridge coming left. Eldridge got some room to the 15, and he's going to be spun down about the 11, so we'll give him 4, 2nd and 6. Eldridge doing a great job of kind of spilling Griffin Mason a little bit here, giving the Saints some depth in the backfield room. I said his knee went down to the 12, so gains 3. 2nd down and 7 for Shiloh. Eldridge to the left of quarterback Cole Creighton. Snap, Creighton looks left, fires this way, caught by Kemp, and he's immediately hit at the 14-yard line. Saints have gone to the bubble screen a lot tonight, had some success, but a couple times Little Rock Christian's blown it up, and they really blew it up right there. Coach Tucker Barnard not real happy with his wide receivers there, as they did not block on the pass. So out comes one Saint receiver. They'll send Slider, Carnes, and Kemp to the right on 3rd down, tight end left. Ooh, nearly jumped off sides again. Play clock's at 6. There's the snap. Creighton back to pass, gets some pressure, in trouble, steps up in the pocket, going to run to the 5, to the inside there, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 3.
I think he picked up the first down, though. There's a flag.
Flag at the 21.
In the backfield.
Yeah, it looks like probably a hold.
Well, that's tough. We talked about that pregame, just that Shiloh need to cut back on the holding. Well, actually, it's a chop block on Shiloh. That's the penalty. That'll be costly. Back them up. Shiloh's only 3rd penalty of the game. Little Rock Christian 2 penalties. So it's been a cleanly played game so far. But that's a costly one, as Cole had picked up the first down at about the 2-yard line. And that'll back Shiloh up all the way to the 25.
So it's going to be a 3rd and 19 for the Saints. They need to get to about just outside the 5 for a first down. Maybe one of those situations here, 2 downs, Cliff, because it's a pretty long field goal. Back to pass, Creighton has some pressure, steps up in the pocket and didn't have anywhere to go, and he's going to be sacked at the 26. Loss of 2 on the play. As we talked about, number 53 for the Warriors, and he got the sack.
Yep, Christian Lewis on the tackle there, and boy, he jumped. And you see Cole's feeling it a little bit.
He's coming out of the game.
Left shoulder, collarbone area.
Oh gosh, you're having flashbacks. If you don't remember, a year ago, Cole Creighton broke his collarbone in the opening game on the left sideline over here at Little Rock Christian, and Creighton is out of the game now. They are checking him out, but boy, 450 pounds falls on you, Cliff. It doesn't feel good, no matter how you fall.
Yeah, so Shiloh's going to call a timeout here. They're checking on Cole just right there at the sidelines. We got Sean Huddleston, our athletic trainer, checking him out. But yeah, that's I don't care what size a player you are, when you've got a man of 6'7", 450 pounds that just lands on you in a certain way, it can cause some damage. And they're still looking at Cole, and luckily it's not his throwing arm, it's his left one that he left shoulder that he's kind of a little favoring here. So we'll see what Coach Barnard can figure out here for these Saints.
So Jake Bodenstein is the backup quarterback for the Saints this year. He played a little bit in the kind of the JV portion of the benefit game against Springdale, threw for a touchdown pass in that one. So we'll have to see. They're still checking Cole on the sidelines there.
You know, just kind of looking at his mannerisms, looking at Sean work with him. We don't have the camera on him right here, looking at our cheerleaders there on the sidelines. But I don't think it's a serious situation as it was last year. Now, that's just me speculating here as I'm kind of looking at mannerisms and what they're doing. Cole was in a lot of pain initially last year when that injury happened.
So 4th and 21, blitz coming. Bodenstein in trouble, and he's sacked at the 38-yard line. Just absolutely had nothing, and the Warriors are going to take over. So the Saints, after converting, it looked like a first down, a penalty backed them up, and then a stop. And so taking over on downs is Donovan Davis with a sack for Little Rock Christian at the 38. So the Saints had moved the ball down the field, had the big play, penalty set them back, and now Little Rock Christian's going to take over at the 38. So Jake Bodenstein forced in the action for the Saints and this one. So defense is going to have to stand up tall here, as there's a handoff right up the middle to the 42, and taken down there is Jackson Ward. Good run by Ward on first downs. He'll get about maybe 5, second down and 5.
Yeah, we can't worry about Cole Creighton on the sideline right now. He's our quarterback. He doesn't play defense. We need our defense to step up here, get us the ball back. If Jake's going to be the quarterback, hey, let's get the ball back in his hands.
Handoff Ward. He's hit at the line of scrimmage and nothing doing. As the Saints kind of do, if you watched a little bit last week, Saints like to stand the defensive line and linebackers up a couple yards off the ball, really move around, makes it very difficult for an offensive lineman. You don't really know who's coming, who to block, and how that would work. So the Saints at the 44 will have a big third down and see if they can get off the field here. Back to pass. Quarterback's in trouble, going to throw it over the middle. Got a man caught at the 47, and he backpedals to the 45, and then he's taken down there. So, all right, they're going to put Ford Pargas at the 45, so he's 3 yards short. If Watson just falls down, he's right at the stick. But he backed up.
Oh, my goodness.
They give him
2 yards.
Wow, they give him Ford Pargas to the 47. He gave up ground on his own. So
Yeah,
it should have gone backwards.
Yeah. Very generous.
At the 45, now 4th and 1 for Little Rock Christian. I have a feeling there is no punting, knowing that the Saints are probably looking at a backup quarterback for a little bit. So no reason not to be aggressive.
Yeah, and I think you just go back to Ward there. He's been very successful running the ball tonight.
They'll shift 2-man in motion. And
Actually,
now
they let the play clock expire.
the head coach
they called timeout first.
Yeah, I was going to say, Cliff, I think the head coach had called a timeout. He wanted his quarterback to run the play. I think he was really frustrated and had to call a timeout. So 4th and 1 for Little Rock Christian from the own 47 with 3:49 left to go in the first half. Saints 15 and the Warriors 12. Some of our sponsors are Shiloh Christian Football, platinum sponsors this year. Harris CPAs, LLC, Elite Masonry, Goldfish Swim School of Rogers, Carbon Designs, First National Bank, Rogers Insurance Agency, Family Legacy Planning, Tasserick Fab LLC, Williams Tractor, Canis, Eclipse Construction, Lauren, Teamwork, Core Value Signs by the Creighton family, PRZ CPA and Advisors, Focus Family Eye Care, Black Hive, Impressions Online Boutique, TRS Healthcare, Retriever Academy, Olecki Construction, Sims and Renner Insurance, Prestige Consumer Healthcare. As Little Rock Christian will get ready to punt, it looks like.
Watch a fake here.
Snap, Schroeder is going to kick it. It's a good kick. We'll probably let this go. They do. The Saints let it go, and it bounces into the end zone for a touchback.
Hey, great job by our defense there.
Yeah,
I mean,
stood up when
you
you
just
had
lost
to.
your quarterback, and kind of things fell apart there on that last drive, and defense did their job. And now you got the pads off of Cole on the sidelines. You got Dr. Elanin down there looking at him too with our medical team. So for the time being, it's going to be Jake Bodenstein back out there running this Saint offense.
Jake Bodenstein, he was a junior high quarterback a year ago for the Saints, so he knows the Saints system. As you see Cole Creighton on the sidelines, his shoulder pads are off. As they are looking at him. So Jake Bodenstein, actually Griffin Mason here in the Wildcat. Griffin's going to run it to the right, and he's hit and going to be taken down at the 21, maybe the 22-yard line. Gain about 2 for Griffin, so second down. So Shiloh may just run Griffin Mason a little bit right
I don't mind this at all. Griffin's a great runner. He's played some quarterback. You can also put Chandler Kent back there. He's played some quarterback in earlier years. So you've got some options back there that where guys can run maybe a little bit better than Jake. Not sure how much passing we'll see right now. But the Warriors, they're playing catch-up. They're behind us.
Yeah, Griffin Mason going to run the counter to the right. He's going to be hit at the 26, and there's a flag from deep in the secondary. I think they're going to get the Saints for a hold. Kind of awaiting the call from where the penalty came from. Hold is really the only thing you'll see. They're going to pick it up. Saints don't get much, though. It's going to be 3rd and long here after maybe a pickup of 3. 3rd and 5 for the Saints with 3 minutes and 1 second left to go in the first quarter. Saints will signal in the plays from the sideline. Play clock at 8, so we're still good to go there. There's a snap. Mason's going to run it up the middle, and he's got nothing. Just a big pile of green shirts who push him backwards and throw him back down. So Griffin gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So 4th down, Little Rock Christian fans across the way applaud for their defense as they get a stop on 3 and out. Now Cole Creighton also punted for the Saints, but Griffin Mason can punt as well. So
yeah, he was warming up pregame. I think Griffin was the punter, if I remember right, last season.
Yes.
So yeah, he's fine back there. But we're going to have to rely heavily on our defense, and they've done a good job on the last 4 drives that Little Rock Christian's had. They forced a fumble and 3 punts.
Saints are going to call a timeout. The play clock was at 1. So, yeah, Cliff, you kind of think about this game now with Cole Creighton out, and he's on the sidelines getting his shoulder wrapped, it looks like, with ice over there. So it really changes the complexion of the game at this point. Now you're playing field position. You're dependent upon your defense to really get some stops. On offense, it's much more of a ball control. Hey, we need a long grinding drive and to do this. So kind of flips the script on what you want to do.
It does, but if you remember last year when Cole got hurt, what happened? Evan Baker came in.
Did a great job.
We really, to be honest, we didn't expect a whole lot. Expected a whole lot of running, and he ran and he passed and he led this offense to a victory last year here on this field. So, you know, maybe that's Griffin Mason, maybe it's Chandler Kent, maybe it's Bodenstein. So we will see really what happens in these next 2 minutes and 13 seconds, and then go into halftime with the coaches, and they'll come up with a plan. But obviously it's not ideal, but we've got the lead, and we just need to stay, you know, keep the Warrior offense out of the end zone, and we may pull out the victory here.
So Griffin Mason's going to punt it. Schroeder standing at the 45-yard line. Little Rock Christian may not have any film on him punting, but Griffin's a good punter. He can absolutely kick it. Oh, it's a fake, and the Saints fumble the snap, and Little Rock Christian's going to fall on it at the 17-yard line. They tried to direct snap it to Hudson Ball. The ball didn't catch the ball cleanly. It popped away, so the Saints try to fake it, and Little Rock Christian takes over. So the second time tonight, the Saints on a long 4th down have tried to a trick play that just hasn't worked out for them. So Little Rock Christian's going to take over with 2:07 to go in the first half.
And you give them a short
16.
field.
Yeah, second time tonight, really the third time tonight they've started inside the 20 of Shiloh. Saints defense has done a great job holding the 12 points at this point, but their backs against the wall again. 2:06 to go. Snap, Keller fires, slant, caught the 10 to the 5, straight up the field and into the end zone. Touchdown, Little Rock Christian, as they hit a little quick slant right over the middle, and it's caught for the touchdown. So Little Rock Christian, one play after the fake goes wrong, they're sticking in the end zone. So we'd seen two big momentum swings. Saints got a turnover scored on the next play. Little Rock Christian stops a fake punt, and they score on the next play. With 2:02 to go in the first half, Little Rock Christian has regained the lead, 18-15.
Well, when you give a team a short field like that, boy, those offensive units, they lick their chops at getting it in the end zone quickly. And Little Rock Christian did that with that slant across the middle.
Snap down. This extra point is good. You can tell they have a fantastic kicker. He's missed the first two, but Ashbrook knocks that down. So now it's a 4-point game, 19-15. Little Rock Christian leads with 2:02 to go in the first half, as the Saints will get the ball back in this game. And so, boy, Cliff, you talk about momentum swings. It's crazy the amount of momentum swings we've had in this game. Little Rock Christian has it now.
Yeah, they do, and Shiloh's got to dig deep on the offensive side of the ball here with their starting quarterback out. And so we'll see what the coaching staff decides to do from the quarterback position, but, just a couple costly mistakes that, a couple fumbles there for Shiloh initially, and then you try to hit the up man on the fake punt there and not able to catch it and convert it. So Saints are still in this game though, but it has been a crazy, exciting first half, as you said, swinging back and forth.
19-15, there's the kick. It's going to be not returnable with the 1 and into the end zone. Saints will just let it go. So it hit at the 1. Shiloh just lets it go into the end zone for a touchback, as Salter didn't want a part of that return. So 1st and 10 at their own 20. 2:02 to go first half. If you're the Saint offense, obviously you'd love to score here, but at a minimum you do not want to give the ball back to Little Rock Christian here. At least kill the end of the first half and keep this a 4-point game. If nothing else, give your opportunity to adjust at the half with a different quarterback and a different game plan a little bit. Bodenstein is in at quarterback this time. He's got Griffin Mason to his right. Little Rock Christian's going to see a pass out to the flat. It's caught and then knocked down immediately is Dalton Carnes. And the Saints are going to lose 3 yards on that play. So 2nd down and 13 now with 1:47 left to go in the half. Warriors have 2 timeouts. You have a feeling that they will probably use them after this play if the Saints don't pick up some yardage.
Yeah, I think Shiloh just kind of like to run the clock out here, maybe pick up first down and go into the half, kind of redraw their game plan up a little bit here, what they, how they can be successful offensively in the second half.
Hand off Griffin Mason. He's hit hard at the 20-yard line. Little Rock Christian sideline is screaming for a timeout. The official finally sees it with 1:15 left, 1:14 left to go in the half, and now Griffin Mason, I think, is down.
And
he took a
favoring
shot.
his left shoulder also.
Yeah, you could hear it from all the way up here. So the Saints offensively are down 2 of their stars right now, as quarterback Cole Creighton has been injured. Now running back Griffin Mason took a pretty big hit right there, and so obviously you can't hear the sound from here on the TV, but man, it was live even through my headphones. You could hear it.
Yeah, and Griffin is
that doesn't look good.
He's as tough as they come out there, and he will do everything he can do to get back in this game. That's the kind of the athlete and kid that he is. He's a gamer, but sometimes when you're hurt, you just gotta rest. I mean, we're playing a non-conference game here, and I think this was parents, fans, even coaches maybe. I don't want to say it's a concern. I'll say it's a concern on my end. I'll just use me as an example, not speak for other people. But the concern for me coming into this season, playing at the 6A level, is depth. And we're doing a good job school-wise of building that up. Schools grow and getting more kids in the program. But this first season of 6A, and you're seeing it tonight, our depth maybe isn't where we would like it to be.
Screen intended for Carter Henley is incomplete at the 20. Boy, you'd love to have just been able to catch the ball there, because if you do, you could at least force Little Rock Christian to burn their last timeout, but instead they'll get to save one. Scoreboard says 2 timeouts. I believe it should be 1, but we'll have to go with what the scoreboard says for the moment. With 1:09 to go in the first half, Saints will have to punt. And again, now you've had Griffin Mason and Cole Creighton, your 2 punters, out, have both been injured, so the Saints are going to put Cohen Beach back deep to kick this ball. So not only do you lose 2 star players, you're on your 3rd punter.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine Cohen's had a ton of kicks, although that's fantastic. It's going to be taken by Schroeder at the 46, breaks no tackle.
Great job.
Stay.
Tristan Carpenter making the tackle there on the kick, but what a punt by Beach. I did not see Beach practicing punts pregame. I saw Griffin and Cole a little bit, but did not see Beach. But here's the thing about Beach. He's an athlete.
Yeah.
And athletes can just do multiple things, and you saw right there, Beach is a receiver. He can run. He can probably throw the ball. Plays on defense, but there you saw a kick of the ball.
It's a great job by Cooper Beach coming in. Back to pass. Cohen, rather. Pass down the middle, got a man wide open. 20, 15, and going to be taken down at the 15-yard line as Greenwood makes the catch. So unfortunately, the Warriors hit a big play right off the bat. 54 seconds left to go in the first half. 19-15, Warriors leading, and they have a 1st and 10 at the Saint 15. They'll send Jackson Ward to the left. Quick pass to the left. It's caught at the 15 and then knocked out of bounds at the 14.
And Little Rock Christian is doing what good teams do. Shiloh has done it a lot through the years. When you have a team down, you finish them. And they didn't do anything intentional to get Cole knocked out of the game, but unfortunately he got injured on a play, and they took advantage of that. They didn't do anything intentional on Griffin, but he's out of the game. They're taking advantage of that. And boy, they're inside right at about the 14-yard line, and they smell the end zone here.
2nd down for the Warriors and 8. Back to pass. Quarterback in trouble, rolling away, gets away from Carpenter. Keller throws all the way back across the middle, and it's caught for the touchdown. Boy, we talked about Keller earlier in the game, just rolling around, making a play happen. He did the same thing there, just extended the play to his left and made a fantastic pass back across his body to the back of the end zone. There's a flag down at the 11. I think they're going to get Little Rock Christian for an unsportsmanlike conduct, I believe. The coaching staff is talking to the running back, Ward. No signal from the official. He's going to come over and talk to Coach Tucker Barnard. So I'm assuming the Saints would probably, well, Cliff, normally here, you would just want it on the kickoff and have the shorter field. But now you may want to back them up on the extra point just because the point may matter, because you're probably not going to be super aggressive on offense at this point.
Yeah, we'll see if they back them up here or on the kickoff.
Yeah, it's 15 yards, so they'll kick the ball. They'll snap it from the 18 and kick from the 25, so essentially a 35-yard extra point is coming up here. So the kicker has plenty of leg. He kicked the last one to the top of the goalpost, so he can get it there. But if you're Coach Tucker Barnard, that's really a smart play. You know you're not going to be aggressive on the defensive end or the offensive end when you get it back, so try to make the extra point attempt a little bit longer. 25-15, Warriors lead. Snap's a little high, kick is nearly blocked, and it's up, and it is good. So 26-15 our score with 40 seconds left to go in the first half as the Warriors extend their lead now to 11 points. And the Saints are down 2 of their key offensive players as well due to injuries. So the road and the mountain getting a little bit higher as we go through this game. And so, Cliff, this last 40 seconds, you just got to be smart. Don't turn the football over. Just get in the half, regroup. We got an offense who can move the football. You just got to reset a lot of things with Griffin Mason and Cole Creighton out of the game.
Yeah, and it allows other kids to step up. I mean, some of these kids may be playing behind Cole, but be playing behind Griffin, and they don't get the carries, they don't get the touches in practice, and so maybe, maybe somebody steps up that we didn't know could do what they're doing. So that's really what needs to happen here in the second half. Again, not a conference game. Season's not over. Got a whole half of football to play here and get better and get ready for Lincoln Christian next week. We've got a week off before we get into conference play. So it's not all doom and gloom here, but we do need our guys to step up and play hard to finish out this game.
Kick going to hit in the end zone and go for a touchback, which honestly is not the worst thing in the world for the Saints right here to let that ball go in the end zone. 40 seconds left to go in the half. Saints can take a knee if they want to. Warriors, whether they have one timeout or two, as the scoreboard says two, we had them with one, but either way, Saints can take the knee and run out the first half, trailing by 11, 26-15. Warriors got on top 12-0. Saints bounced back at a 15-12 lead, and now the Warriors have answered that back with 2 touchdowns of their own to make it 26-15. There's a snap. Saints going to hand it off the middle. Big hole to the 30, to the 35. It's Griffin Mason back in the game at the 35. So that helps to see Griffin Mason back in the game and getting a carry. So 34 seconds left to go. Saints are going to be aggressive here. Handoff, Griffin Mason again coming this way. Ooh, he's hit hard at the 37-yard line. Entire Saints sideline can't believe there's not a face mask, but it's not. 24 seconds left to go.
Boy, you see the pep in our offense having Griffin back out there. He's that important to this offensive unit.
Griff hit at the line this time, thrown backwards, nothing doing. 10 seconds to go in the half. That may be the final play of the half. Saints weren't calling timeout, just trying to see. And that will be the end of the first half. So Little Rock Christian with a 26-15 lead as we hit the halftime. So good to see at least Griffin Mason come back into the game at the end of the first half after being injured. And then Cole Creighton, our starting quarterback, with an injury earlier, so he'll be out, it looks like, for sure the rest of this game. So Cliff, just wild momentum swings, but you go in the half, you're down 11. You had bad things happen here last year, and you came out of here with a big victory. So just got to regroup, resettle half, come up with a game plan, and go through.
Well, obviously it starts with the quarterback. I mean, the center is the one that snaps it to the quarterback, and the quarterback makes the play, whatever the call is there. But you need a strong run game. Griffin is definitely given on that. 21 rushes for 128 yards in the first half. He is a gamer. And, we've got to figure out how we can get the ball in the air to our receivers. Chandler Kemp had some success early, 4 catches for 77 yards and a touchdown. Cole was getting the ball to him, but have not been able to get the pass game going between Cole, who's now injured, and the backup Jake Bodenstein. Cole, before he was injured, was 8 of 12 for 93 yards and a touchdown, so decent numbers there. Bodenstein came in, threw 1 pass, or 2 passes. He's 1 for 2 for -4 yards. So coaches got to figure out how we can get the ball in the air. Not going to be able to run on this Warrior defense the whole second half, I don't believe. So we'll see what happens here in the second half.
So we'll come back. Warriors lead 26-15 at the half over the Saints.
Another big round of applause for your Little Rock Christian cheer team. And now, put your hands together for your Little Rock Christian Palm Squad. Another round of applause for your Little Rock Christian Palm Squad.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Warrior Pep Band's halftime show. Theme, Don't Stop Believing. Tonight's band will be featuring music from your favorite band, Journey. Tonight's performance will open with an excitement arrangement of Any Way You Want It and conclude with an arrangement of their super hot tune, Separate Ways. The Warrior Pep Band is under the direction of Mr. Taylor Brandon and Mr. Marco Moya. Put your hands together for the Warrior Pep Band.
When you live it how I'm living, they gon' ask you how you did it. Used to keep it on the low, cause I was used to keeping low. Thought nobody gave a care if Crayon Trip went at the show. But no matter who come with me, he the reason that I go. I ain't worried about a gimmick, that's for folks who never lived it. Even when I pivot, it's to shoot the shot that I've been given. We taking safe bets, not faith steps, and hoping God will bless it. Abusing favor like it's privilege, we accept it. God ain't mocked or shocked, he saw your heart. I'm hoping we get back to how it was at the start. Turn my life into a show, selling tickets at the door. Came from riding on the metro to flying to Pietro. Made it out the ghetto. Shout out to my saints locked down who got abundant life but still facing death row. Every time I drop stuff, haters wanna pop up and they wanna pop us. Mad that they not us, I don't get it, but I don't really have to. I'm living in my purpose. Come and kick it, man, if that's you. Pop up.
You can't bust out of here like they do in the movies. Because even if you do, you still in prison. In the prison of your mind. You go punching your fist against a stone wall, you're not using your brain. That's what they want you to do. Look at you. What makes you ashamed of being you?
I never seen God's eyes, but I seen the devil's. He walks with man on earth at different levels. He knows the king we serve, so he hates and meddles and prays that we all burn and turn to rebels. He tried to get my soul, but I'll never settle. I walk this lonely road from the burbs to ghettos. I'll take the gift bestowed and return a vessel. I am the one they chose. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Rebellious in all ways, been sinners since birth. He knew that it would happen when he put us on this earth. We demonize religion, brought corruption to the church. We know the price of everything, but we don't know the worth. We spend all of our time idolizing false prophets. Comparison's the enemy, stop watching others' pockets. The social system's broken, we divide on every topic. They fabricate the truth and we all monetize the gossip. We know the problems and we see them but don't want to change. We're desensitized to every issue cause they let us profit off of people's pain. In this dystopian age, we are the game that he plays. And all the evil, deceitful people should shake our faith. I never seen God's eyes, but I seen the devil's. He walks with man on earth at different levels. He knows the king we serve, so he hates and meddles and prays that we all burn and turn to rebels. He tried to get my soul, but I'll never settle. I walk this lonely road from the burbs to ghettos. I'll take the gift bestowed and return a vessel. I am the one they chose. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Our God is an awesome artist. In perilous times we seek his grace as the world and the times we face turn fake in the face of the devil's mirages. In the midst of the pain, disdain, and the media's push of all this garbage, I pray that you keep your faith as the whole world breaks and the real get disregarded. It's about time that we take it back. The weight's too great for the camel's back. Strong men made life an easy task, and now the weak men feminize every act. In the church, in the workplace, every class, on the television screen, in the state of rap. All virtues gone and it's fade to black. We in hell on earth and it's gonna collapse. Integrity's lost, hedonism, we incentivize gods on the way the revolution will be televised. Gone too far, don't know if we can rectify. At those gates we will testify. So I'm saying it now for they counter-clockwise. We are living in times where the wicked is all rise, the intelligent fall while the stupid is all drive, and the real get pushed aside. Yeah. I never seen God's eyes, but I seen the devil's. He walks with man on earth at different levels. He knows the king we serve, so he hates and meddles and prays that we all burn and turn to rebels. He tried to get my soul, but I'll never settle. I walk this lonely road from the burbs to ghettos. I'll take the gift bestowed and return a vessel. I am the one they chose. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I can't do nothing but let stroke on your soul. Like prolong your soul. He don't hold out your soul. He so swell, we rest low. He so cheat code. Way too weak for my ego. But he gon' swing low. Hit a chariot and carry me home. 30, 20, data, 10. It don't matter. We gon' win all day. Flex up, no new flag. Bless up, mirror. Don't forget, God bless me, y'all. God bless me, y'all. God dress me, y'all. Don't stress me, y'all. God bless me, y'all. God bless me, y'all. God dress me, y'all. Don't stress me, y'all. God bless me, y'all. God bless me, y'all. God dress me, y'all. Don't stress me, y'all. God got it. God bless me, y'all. God bless me, y'all. God got it. God bless me, y'all. Don't stress me, y'all. God got it. Yeah, he got it. Yeah, he got it. Yeah, he got it. My God got it. Yeah, he got it. Yeah, he got it. Yeah, he got it. When I'm feeling, yeah, he got it. When I'm feeling, yeah, he got it. God bless me, yeah, he got it. God bless me, my God got it. When I'm feeling, yeah, he got it. I'm feeling in my soul, he got it. God bless me, yeah, he got it. God bless me, my God got it. When I'm feeling down, oh, I know. God bless me, yeah. When I'm down, God bless me, yeah. Eyes on the target and the goal in my vision. Bang! I'm taking my shots. I ain't gonna stop. So like it or not, I ain't gonna knock. Yeah, they say the truth will set you free. Well, here I am. God only, I ain't never fear a man. I'm from royalty, so blow your clarinet. I got stripes on me like a pair of stands. I got the confidence. Yeah, call me a monster. Yeah, I'm from the bottom, I'm from the lava. How can I not be this lit? I'm the embodiment. 'Cause all in all, I'm a winner, never lose, never giving. I don't even know that language. I ain't never been a quitter. All I know is that work ain't gotta tell me how to get it. With my eyes on the target and the goal in my vision. Bang! I'm taking my shots. I ain't gonna stop. So like it or not, I ain't gonna knock. Hey, yo, stop playing like you don't know I'm a problem with it. Stop trying to put a ceiling on me, I ain't got a limit. I'm breaking through walls, I'm kicking in doors. You cannot afford to tell me no, I won't be ignored. Yeah, okay, yeah. I tell them to tell all my enemies. None of your haters offended me. So you ain't killing my energy. I know my people depend on me heavenly, yeah. Stay on top like I'm heavenly. I'm a good look like I'm a Kennedy, yeah.
Well, welcome back to Little Rock Christian High School, where we're at halftime. Saints trail the Warriors 26-15. Saints have had a tough first half from the injury standpoint. Quarterback Cole Creighton went down with an injury. Griffin Mason, the running back, went down with an injury. We saw Griffin come back. We don't think Cole will be back tonight, but indications early are it isn't something that looks like a season-ending injury. So I'm not sure the length or how soon he'll be back, but at least that's a positive that it doesn't look like it's going to end Cole's season of any sport. So obviously he was injured last year here at Little Rock Christian. The first game had a broken collarbone, came back against Alma and week 10, and then led the Saints all the way to the state championship game. So second half, Cliff, it'll be the Jake Bodenstein show, and hey,
let's do it. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. I mean, Cole's out. He won't miss as much time, hopefully, and let's let him come back towards the end of the season or whenever he comes back, middle of the season, and let's go back to Little Rock. I like it.
All right, Saints trail 26-15. 54 seconds are on the kind of warm-up clock. Shiloh is going to kick off as Little Rock Christian will get the ball first to start the second half. Warriors got a touchdown in the final minute and a half of the first half to extend the lead up to 11, 26-15. So Saints defense really were backed up for most of the first half. They were able to kind of hold Little Rock Christian off, but a tough touchdown after they were able to take over after a fake punt did not work for the Saints there late in the first half. So 26-15 at the half, and so Cliff, as we start the second half, hey, you know, it was a pretty easy locker room speech for Coach Tucker. Hey, we were in the same position last year and came out and dominated the second half.
Yeah, I mean, you just kind of draw on past experiences. That's what football coaches do, and that's what you got to do as a player is, you know, think back to times where you've had success, and then let's try to duplicate that here in the second half. Nobody said winning a football game is going to be easy. Nobody said beating a 7A football team is easy on the road. But we've got a battle here in this second half.
Aiden with a good kick, going to pin Little Rock Christian at the 6, 10, straight up the sideline, 15, and a big hit at the 28-yard line. As number 13, A.J. Ilana, is able to come up with a big lick at the 28. So 1st and 10 at the 30 for the Warriors as they get ready to start the second half. And so, hey, Cliff, the defense really made some big plays in the first half, had a big turnover, stopped the Warriors with a 1st and goal situation. Here, you really need momentum, number one, but also you need field positions. Just important to stop them here. So 1st and 10 for Kemp, Keller, and the Warrior offense. Keller looks left, fires. It's going to be knocked away and incomplete as Alexander Salter knocked that pass away. A lot of slant routes for the Warriors, and the Saints have really, other than one time, really defended it well tonight. So 2nd and 10.
Yeah, slants are just so hard to cover. I mean, you see it at every level, whether it's high school, college, and pros. A lot of quarterbacks and receivers get a lot of yards running slant plays.
2nd and 10, trips to the right for the Warriors. Handoff Jackson Ward. Ward makes one tackle, and then it's going to be taken off his feet at the 33, where he gains 3. It's going to be 3rd and 7. 11:40 to go. Just underway, third quarter, 26-15, Little Rock Christian with the lead and the football as we start the second half.
Big third down here for this Saint defense. 3rd and 7. Be great for our defense to come in and force a punt, get the ball back, see what we can do offensively.
Well, we did see the Saint defense respond when they needed to in the first half. They'll have to do it here. Early opportunity in the third quarter. Ward's going to be to the right of the quarterback. Blitz coming, fires to the left. It is caught at the 42-yard line right in front of Gray Coleman. There's number 4, Pierre Pickens, the sophomore wide receiver, makes the catch at the 42 and a 1st down at the 43 for the Warriors. Warriors will go with 3 receivers to the left. Pickens, the lone wide receiver to the right. Handoff, Ward up the middle, breaks one tackle, 45 midfield, and is going to be taken down at the 49 by Brewer. But Jackson Ward with a good run there to the 49, so 2nd and 2 for Little Rock Christian coming up. Cliff, you got to be careful defensively here. Second and a long one, and really a chance to maybe take a deep shot if you want to here. Very little with a short 3rd down play coming up if you don't get it. So little risk for the Warriors here.
Yes, offensive coordinator's dream to pick up 8 yards on 1st down just really opens up the playbook, the different options you have.
They're going to go with a quick hitter and just maybe get the 1st down. I don't know. He's spinning away, and Pickens is pushed out of bounds. We'll see where they spot it.
That's just right at the line of scrimmage, so no gain there. But nobody hurt there because it was 2nd. So you've got 2 downs here to pick up about 1.5 yards. So, again, lots of options for this Warrior offense.
3rd and 1 for the Warriors at the Saint. We'll call it the 48. It's about halfway between the 48 and the 49. Ward, the single setback to the right, power formation to the left. Now they'll shift to the right. They'll double shift to the right. Hand it to Ward up the middle. I don't think he got it, Cliff. I think he's hit at the line. Hudson Ball got him in the backfield and threw him backwards. Got a lot of help to go with him as Eldridge was in the backfield as well. So it's 4th, and they lose a yard. So 4th and 2 now. And the Warriors are going to punt. Schroeder's coming out.
Yeah, I'm really surprised at this. I mean, you're 4th and, maybe 2 yards. You're on the Shiloh side of the field. You've got an 11-point lead.
Easy to armchair quarterback for us, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th and 1, and they don't go for it they don't get it. Yeah, you hear one of the fans saying what I was about to say. Watch the football. There's a snap. It's not a good one. Schroeder gets it's going to kick it. Maybe this thing will bounce in the end zone. That was going to be fielded at the 10 to the 15, bouncing outside Carnes to the 20, to the 25. And Dalton with a great return out to the 30-yard line. I was really thinking maybe Dalton just let it bounce into the end zone, but he picked it up and then got really 10 more yards of what you'd got if it went in the end zone. So great job by Dalton there. Saints will take over at the 30-yard line. So the defense does its job. They get 2nd and 1 across midfield. Can't convert 3rd and 1 and punt on 4th and 2. So Saints will take over. We saw Jake Bodenstein warming up at the half, throwing the ball around. So he'll be in the game at quarterback. And it's 1st and 10 for the Saints at the 30. Griffin Mason in the backfield, which is great to see. Jake's going to hand it to Griffin coming left with a counter to the 35. Griffin, boy, he nearly broke that. He's going to be taken down by Schroeder at the 41. But Griffin was about 1 tackle away from going to the blue end zone. 1st down at the 41. Saints move the chains. Shiloh's had a lot of success with the counter play to the near side tonight. Guess what's coming? Counter play to the near side to the 40, 45. Griffin Mason 50. Stiff arms the man. Schroeder fighting him for all he can to get him down at the 35-yard line. I think Griffin's getting up a little slowly as he kind of got slammed in the ground on his shoulder a little bit. And Schroeder's kind of limping. Both of those two guys are fighting like crazy to get each other on the ground right there. At the 35, I got a feeling a run's coming. Nope, it is. Handoff. Mason up the middle, and he breaks a tackle, and Schroeder again to the 30. So Schroeder and Griffin Mason in a one-on-one game of getting each other on the ground right here. 1st and 5. Griffin Mason's going to come off as the freshman Eldridge comes in at running back. Saints with 2 tight ends. They've got their adjustment for the second half. There's the play action, got a quick pass. It's going to be caught at the 20 to the 15, breaking a tackle to the 10. Chandler Kemp's down to the 6. That's Bodenstein with a good pass to Kemp. Gets a 1st and goal for the Saints at the 6. Little Rock Christian's got a player hurt who's trying to get back on defense, and he is really limping. The Saints couldn't snap it fast enough to get him at the ball. Handoff is going to go to Eldridge left side. He's to the 5. He's to the 3. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Shiloh, as Eldridge puts it in the end zone. And the Saints cut in the lead as they get a touchdown on the opening possession.
Great drive by the Saint offense, and it all starts up front as there's a linebacker or a lineman injured a little bit for Little Rock Christian there at the 5-yard line. But what a drive. And again, it starts up front with that O-line. They just dominated that drive, creating holes, taking their blocks, clearing out a lane. And then you just have the athletic ability of Griffin Mason, and then a great completion pass by Bodenstein. And that clock is running here for the extra point.
I don't think the Saint offense knows that the official started the play clock, so it's at 7. I don't think there's any way we can get this off.
You may have to burn a timeout here.
Yeah, you may, or just take the 1. There's the play clock. Well, the official said it very quickly as the Saints were huddled up. There was an injury for Little Rock Christian.
Yeah, that's what Shiloh coaches are saying. You got to reset the clock when the clock was running, when the player was on the field.
Yeah, that's really frustrating, as now it's going to back the Saints up to the 7. Shiloh was going to go for 2 as well to try to make it a 3-point game. So Bodenstein comes back out. I still think the Saints will go for it. But yeah, Cliff, they started the play clock while the Little Rock Christian player was still getting off the field from being injured. So now Pullen's going to come out for an extra point try, so the Saints will try to make it a 4-point game. High snap, but the kick is on its way, and Pullen drills at 26-22. Our scorer, Shiloh, is able to respond with 8:06 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. So Saints with exactly what they wanted in the second half, a defensive stop, and then they drive it down the field and score.
Yeah, again, Griffin Mason just playing his heart out tonight. He's got 24 rushes for 167 yards. The 2 touchdowns on the ground have been scored by the freshman Max Eldridge. He's running the ball hard. And then what about Jake Bodenstein making the 23-yard pass? And here is the touchdown run by Max Eldridge there. About 8 yards out. He had a hole to run through, but again, using his speed, his quickness, his strength to punch it over the goal line. But Jake Bodenstein with a nice 23-yard completion across the middle to Chandler Kemp, who is the leading receiver for Shiloh tonight. That's his 5th catch. for right at 100 yards.
Yeah, Chandler Gibbs had a tremendous game for the Saints. So Pullen will kick it off. Back deep at the 5-yard line are the two returners for LRCA. And they'll take one at the 6 to the 10, 15 up the field, 20, 25, breaks a tackle, 30 to the 35. Oh, he nearly fumbled the football as Pullen, the kicker, got him down at the 37-yard line as Ryan Mullet returned it. Boy, he nearly fumbled. The Saints almost got the strip there, but at the good return out to the 37 for Little Rock Christian. 7:58 to go third quarter. Game's tightened up as the Saints score with their first offensive possession of the second half and pull back within 4 points. As the Warriors come out, they'll go 3 receivers to the left, Ward in the backfield, which has been really their favorite formation most of the evening. There's the snap, back to pass, blitz coming, throws off his back foot, caught by Ward at the 40, and he's going to hurdle a man and trip down at the 42. So that time they threw it to Ward out of the backfield for the first time. Good pickup of about 6, so second down and 4 for Little Rock Christian. Alexander Salter on the stop.
So similar situation that Little Rock Christian was in their last drive. Picked up good yardage on first down, but the Saints held them. Let's see what we can do here. I think there's movement on the offensive line.
Yeah, they also, I think we're about to have a delay of game as well. The play clock was at 1, so it's a false start. That really helps. So instead of 2nd and 4, it's now 2nd and 9 as the Warriors get called for the false start. Clifford, one thing the Saints have done well tonight is get pressure on the quarterback. Keller has been running in the pocket. Can't think of really a time he's just set in the pocket all night.
Yeah, they have had him moving. They haven't gotten him down, but they've had him moving a lot.
There's the handoff. Ward, he's hit by Hudson Ball in the backfield, and Ward's going to fill that one at the 35-yard line. Now, Hudson Ball is a UNLV commit on the defensive line, and you see why right there. He absolutely blew that play up, and now the Warriors with a 3rd down and long here, backed up in their own end.
Yeah, Hudson is such a factor when he is in the game. Came here in 5th grade, played youth league, junior high, moved over to the Tulsa area, played for Jinx the past 2 seasons, but he came home for his senior season. He's making an impact for this Saint defense.
So at the 36-yard line, 3rd down, the Warriors just got to delay a game. And you can kind of feel, Cliff, I don't know if I remember a game, maybe other than the Arkadelphia playoff game, with so many momentum swings. It's like every 2 minutes, momentum just swings a different way.
Yeah, it's been an exciting game from a fan standpoint, an exciting game to call.
6:36 to go, about halfway through the third quarter, 26-22. Warriors with 3rd and 16. Now, what you can't do here is give up the big play. You've got them pinned back. Here comes the blitz. Keller's in trouble, steps up, gets away, throws down the middle of the field, got his man called 45-40, and taken down at the 39-yard line. Eldred's got him on the ground. But Tristan Watson with a huge play for Little Rock Christian. And again, Keller poised in the pocket, stepped up and made a big play.
Yeah, we had pressure on him and had him moving, but he stepped up. Pressure goes past him. He steps up. Give him credit. He makes a strong throw to his receiver across the middle. But, yeah, just finding a seam in our secondary.
So 1st and 10, Warriors take over at the Saint 39 after a big play. Handoff Ward up the middle to the 36-35, and he's going to be taken down there after he picks up about 3, maybe 4. 2nd and 7 coming up for Little Rock Christian.
This is an area of the field, Saints have chipped back. We're only down 4 here in the third quarter. Boy, you'd like to force a turnover here on the, Ward carrying the ball, knock that ball loose somehow, stripping, get the turnover. If you're Little Rock Christian, boy, you got to hold on that ball tight, knowing that the Saint defense is trying to make something happen.
2nd and 6 at the 35. Keller slant. It's going to be caught and then spun down at the 31, and he took a shot. Number 11, Pete Greenwood. Greenwood's a little slow to get up, as he took one right in the ribs right there. You see a lot of players, Cliff, wearing the back plates. If you wonder why, that is why you wear those. 3rd and 1 for Little Rock Christian at the Saint, about 30-yard line.
How tough were football players 20 years ago? I mean, there was no targeting. Like, It
No
wasn't
back
anything.
plates?
People got hit. No helmet-to-helmet calls. No back plates. It'll be tough to play this game.
Ward. Nope, this time the quarterback, Keller's going to keep it. He's got the first down to the 29. So the first time tonight you've seen Little Rock Christian's Keller keep it. He got it to the 29. So good job, Little Rock Christian. They really kind of pulled two things out on this drive. That's the first time you've seen Keller keep it. Saw a little dump pass to Ward in the flat. So a couple adjustments at the half. The Warriors have pulled out and gotten a couple big plays here to kind of keep the momentum. 26-22, Little Rock Christian leading, 4:53. Clock is not running. Officials trying to get it going. There they go. Handoff, Ward left side up the middle, and he's going to be taken down by Henley at the 25. So short gain there on first down, so second down. Warriors with a long drive here that was a 3rd and long deep in their own end. They were able to convert and have kind of kept the momentum and run a little bit of clock here. Third quarters, we're down to the 4-minute mark. Keller pump fires deep down right side. It is knocked away. Outstanding coverage by the Saints right there as they targeted Gray Colbert on the right side, and Gray was able to knock the pass down. So 3rd and 7 to go. And so, well, Cliff, you just talk about little things in game. Slant, that time slant and go. Gray did a great job of staying with the route.
Yeah, he didn't buy the fake. You saw the little head fake there by Keller and then lofted up there. Gray stayed with this guy. You got to do that. Little Rock Christian wants to put this in the end zone. Our secondary's got to be protecting those lanes out there.
Fires a high pass. They're going to give him the catch at the 20. That's going to be about 2 yards short as Greenwood caught it. I couldn't tell if Greenwood stayed in bounds. He barely did on the left side. So 4th and 2 coming up for the Warriors. Don't think they're going to kick here. They're going to quickly hurry. Saints trying to get a man off the field. They don't. There's a flag, and he's going to be, unfortunately taken down short of the first down, but we have a flag. Saints were running a player off the field and just couldn't get him off fast enough.
And I think a receiver on the near side here was moving. So you had a Saint player on the field, and you had a player in motion, I believe. So we'll see what the call is here.
Can't quite see from here, but Coach Tucker Barnard is looking at the official, pointing kind of at the spot on the right side to say, hey guys, this guy never got set. The fact the officials are talking about it this long is probably a good sign that they got it, although the official did not throw his hat. He only threw one flag, so we'll see. Illegal shift. And then illegal participation against the Saints. So that'll offset. It'll still be 4th down. And it'll go back to 4th and 2. So 4th down and 2. We'll just act like none of that ever happened and go back and try it again at the 20. Warriors with a little bit of a power set to the right, and they send Jackson that way. Motion to the right. Another again motion to the right. We got a whistle. Play clock's at 10, so that's not it. False start.
Back them up.
A huge 5-yard penalty makes it 4th and 6. Let's see if they run the kicker out or what they want to do here.
Yeah, at this point, field goal attempt, where are they at? The 25. Snap it to you about 30, 32, about a 42-yarder if they were to attempt it.
He's got the leg. We've
definitely
seen that. They're not going to kick it, which would be big because it would make it a 7-point game if you make it. They got Jackson in the slot to the right here. Oh, they got a man moving forward. Fires over the middle, and it's caught at the 5 and down there. Boy, Little Rock Christian got away with one there. They had a man going toward the line on the snap, and it was Greenwood who got open. At the 5, 1st and goal now for the Warriors.
And Little Rock Christian's definitely seeing something in our secondary. There's just too much green back there that their receivers are able to find some big open gaps.
Back to pass. Keller fires back shoulder, and it's caught for the touchdown.
Another flag on the near side here.
7, and the official is waving his arm, so I think this is coming back.
Yeah, I think the receiver on the near side here on the Shiloh sideline
I don't think he got
was
set.
offsides. We'll see. You may be right on him not being set because that play went off really quickly.
So basically an illegal formation against Little Rock Christian. Will back it up and wave the touchdown off the board.
Well, and what has been a pretty cleanly played game from the penalty standpoint starting to add up for Little Rock Christian. That's their 7th penalty. Shiloh only 4 tonight.
Yeah, big one right there. First down and goal at the 11. Back to pass, Keller looking, got plenty of time this time, fires over the middle short and taken down after maybe a yard. Is kind of a crossing route to 17 Burkett, who made the catch. Gain of 1, second down and goal from the 10. 26-22, Little Rock Christian with the lead. They led 26-15 at the half. Saints were able to score on what has been their only drive of the second half. After Shiloh had 10 drives in the first half, they've only had 1 in the third quarter. So Little Rock Christian's had a long drive here, 2:36 left to go in the quarter. Keller, slant, caught, 5 end zones, fighting his way to the 1 and is taken down there. Saints do a good job of keeping him out of the end zone, but Greenwood's catching it. Boy, Greenwood on the slant has been tough, and he is hurt and injured. Greenwood had got hit earlier hard in the ribs, and that time he kind of got pinned backwards with his back straight down, so that probably didn't help the ribs, although he's looking like maybe a cramp. So Warriors will have 3rd and goal from the 1 after the injury timeout. 2:22 left to go here in the third quarter. While we got a quick chance, some of our 2024 sponsors of Shiloh Christian Football: Elite Video sponsors Geo Services, Roush Coleman Homes, McCarty Daniel, Champion Video sponsors Chick-fil-A Springdale, Mr. Sparky, Telecom, Mathis Home and Pavecom, Elite Visitor Press Box by Smith & Davis Orthodontics, RVS School Board this year, Elite Championship sponsors Reliable Poultry, Roush Coleman Homes, Quality Millwork, and Advanced Primary Care. 3rd and goal for the Warriors at the St. 1, 2:22 to go in the third. Jackson will go to the right of the quarterback. Motion to the right, handoff Jackson up the middle, and he's in for the touchdown for Little Rock Christian. So the Warriors, who needed a touchdown drive, they got one right there of about 70-plus yards, and they take a 10-point lead, 32-22 now, with 2:18 left to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, and that drive, I mean, Shiloh had Little Rock Christian backed up a few times behind the chains and 3rd and long, 4th down, and just gave up the big plays in the secondary, giving up the passes. Pass completions for first downs, keeping the drive alive for the Warriors, and they punch it in the end zone for a score.
The 3rd and 16 was the key play there. Warriors converted that and were able to finish the drive with a touchdown. Extra point attempt is on its way, and it is good. So the Warriors go up 11, 33-22 with 2:18 to go in the third quarter. Platinum sponsors of 2024 Shiloh Christian Football: Harris CPA, Elite Masonry, Golden Swim School, Rogers Carbon Designs, First National Bank, Rogers Insurance Agency, Family Legacy Planning, Tasseret Fab LLC, Williams Tractor, Canis Eclipse Construction, Loma, Teamwork Core Value Signs by the Creighton family, PRZ CPN Advisors, Focus Family Eye Care, Black Hide, Impressions Online Boutique, TRS Healthcare, Retriever Academy, Sims and Renner Insurance, Olecki Construction, Prestige Consumer Healthcare, Riggs Contracting Concrete Specialist, AR Care, Ozark Sportsman, The Story Law Firm, ERC, and Universal Supply Company are plants and sponsors of 24. Shiloh Christian Football. Saints trail 33-22. School board said 32, so the school board guys not giving them their point, which we're okay with that, but unfortunately it's going to count. 33-22 Warriors lead. 2:18 to go in the third quarter. Would really like a good kickoff return if you get a chance right here and the Warriors jump offside. So they'll redo this at the 35.
Kind of surprised they called offsides on the kickoff. I feel like at least twice on kickoffs tonight, Little Rock Christian has crossed the line before the ball's kicked. You don't see that call a whole lot.
We're kind of laughing up here. Just as Cliff said that, someone from the stand screams, 1 out of 5 ain't bad, ref. So we are apparently not the only ones who saw that, Cliff. So we'll redo it from the 35 with 2:18 left to go. Now the good thing is he's again kicking the ball about 5 yards deep. So this gives you a really good chance at a return as the ball falls off the tee, so he'll have to go back and reset that. Cliff, I don't know if I've ever seen a kicker ball fall off the tee and the kicker not go touch it. He had somebody else reset it for him. There's the kick. It's going to bounce to the 10. Oh, great bounce for Little Rock Christian. Let this thing go in the end zone, guys. Oh, yep, there it is, a touchback. Chandler Kemp got it in the end zone, which is what you wanted because Little Rock Christian was going to get down there. The kicker actually slipped when he tried to kick it, and it kind of bounced right by. So it worked out great for the Warriors as they get the touchback. So 1st and 10 for the Saints, down 11 with 2:14 to go in the third. Saints have had success with the counter back to the near side tonight, so we'll see what they do as they shift on 1st down. And this is an ultimate power formation right here. They're going to come the counter left. Griff Mason, oh, he's taken down at the 29, and he was one step away. Boy, the Saints have been so close tonight with that counter of breaking it for a touchdown, and Schroeder just keeps getting them on the ground somehow, some way. But 8 yards there, 2nd and 2. Handoff, Griffin Mason hurdles his man, stays on his feet to the 35, stiff arms a man, and pushes his way out to the 37.
4 guys on him, can't get him down. Love it, love to see that. Such a strong runner. Man, he's had a tough night. He's been dinged up a little bit.
First and 10 at the 38. Play action, fire, slant, Kemp hit at the 42 as the pass got there. Good job of Little Rock Christian defense. And we have a Warrior down. And boy, Cliff, I tell you what, this game has been a war. I mean, these guys are hitting each other. We've seen injuries, and we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, but you've got, a 4A school and a 3A school playing 7A and 6A football. This is just a cramp, thankfully, it looks like. But depth is such an issue because the number of players you have just isn't the same as what a bigger school would have, and it's something, we have to contend with. Little Rock Christian's got to contend with. PA, Harding, all 4 teams are really in the same boat, something they're just going to have to find a way to figure out.
Yeah, and a lot of times, at these smaller private schools, even though they can draw from a larger region, their players a lot of times just aren't the same size. I'm not even talking depth. I'm talking physically. Little Rock Christian, obviously they've got the big guy there in the middle, but they're not. They may be bigger than Shiloh in certain spots here, but when we get into playing the Greenwoods and the Lake Hamiltons and in the playoffs, the Marions, West Memphis, Bentons, I mean, we're not just going to see a team of depth over there with 100, 120 players on the sidelines. You're going to see bigger linemen and bigger receivers, bigger linebackers, and that's just the situation we're in, and we got to play through it. But Saints are doing okay so far tonight with it.
Griffin Mason on the direct snap, breaks the tackle, 45, 50, great block, 40, 35, and a tremendous tackle from behind at the 32-yard line, a touchdown-saving tackle by the Warriors. Boy, number 9, Malachi Mumphrey, the junior, saved a touchdown right there. At the 32, though, Saints with a big play. They get the first down, and they are rolling before the chains even get set on the left sideline. Handoff, Griffin makes one man miss, and then he's going to be brought down after 2 at the 30-yard line, 2nd and 8.
And with that last rush by Griffin Mason up the middle for 30 yards, it puts him over 200 yards. Griffin, 27 carries, 215 yards.
Jake Bodenstein running the offense, and the injury of Cole Creighton earlier. Going to hand off Griffin going left. He's got room to the 26, and he's going to be pulled down there, gains 5. So 3rd and 4 coming up for the Saints. So we've seen Max Eldridge kind of spell Griffin a little bit tonight. Griffin got dinged up a little bit earlier and came back in, so we'll see what the Saints want to do. 3rd down and 4. You really have 2 downs here, so you just want to make sure you get positive yards here. So if you have a 4th down situation, it's shorter and you're not really to passing. There's a whistle. False start on the Saints. Boy, that hurts right there. Now it makes it 3rd and 9. 31 seconds to go in the quarter. Saints trailing by 11, 33-22, but now backed up with a 3rd and 9 at the 30 after the penalty.
I don't remember how many yards Bo Williams had last year against these Warriors, but it seems like it was 200-300.
I feel like it was
around there.
I remember, I think 43 carries. His handoff, Griffin Mason, he's tripped up and knocked off his feet at the 26. He gains 4, but now 4th down and about 5 for Shiloh. The Saints don't have to snap it if they don't want to. 10 seconds left to go in the quarter, so with a big 4th down coming up, you may just let the quarter expire, and then that way you can call the play that you really feel comfortable with starting the 4th quarter, and that's what Shiloh will do. So the Shiloh will start it at the 26 of Little Rock Christian as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. As Shiloh trails 33-22. So both teams with a touchdown there in the 3rd quarter, Cliff. And boy, with 10 first half possessions for the Saints, only 2 in the 2nd half. You see both teams have just really changed their game plan a little bit at halftime.
Yeah, I mean, both teams came out and just guns a-blazing to start the game, and Shiloh not doing anything on offense their first couple of drives. Little Rock Christian scores, and then it was just back and forth, quick-paced game. Really slowed to a halt for Shiloh when Cole Creighton went out. I mean, he was throwing it, he was running it, and Shiloh had a good game plan there. But it's like the coaches talk to these players every day in practice, and how you coach them is, football games aren't easy, life's not easy. And so it's a teaching moment for these players. That's what's so great about the sport of football that I love, and have loved my boys being a part of it and playing through the years, is what it teaches you. It teaches you got to work as a team, play together as a team. I mean, yeah, you can have individual great performances like Griffin Mason's having tonight and what guys have had through the years here at Shiloh, but that doesn't happen without a good snap. That doesn't happen without a line blocking for you and creating a hole, which Griffin will be the first to give credit to his line tonight. And Bo Williams last year, in all those games, he had tons and tons of yardages. But it teaches you so much, like the adversity that you may have on the football field, just like tonight with Cole going out, and you've got to change your game plan. Life's like that. Coaches talk to them every day, like I said, about life decisions and taking what you learn on the football field and how we adapt on the football field and take it with you in life and be a better person for it because of what you're applying from your learning that in the sport of football.
The delay you see is the chains are incorrect on the left side. The Saint coach has caught it. So they have the chains are set for 4th and 8, but it was 4th and 5, so the chains are incorrect. I think they just set them the wrong way, Cliff, and they are flipping them now. So heads-up job by the Saint coaching staff right there. Saved about 3 yards that they didn't have to get by catching that the chains were wrong.
What is this funny business we're having down here in Central Arkansas? Those Barnards trying to figure it out and say, make sure things are right.
Well, the school board had 4th and 5 at the 26, which is where we were. I initially thought when they blew the whistle that they may have the ball in the wrong hash, and I was like, well, no, we were on the left in the quarter. We're on the left to start this. They just had the chains basically the wrong. The guys went the wrong guy went the wrong way. So once they shortened them back up, we're about where we wanted to be.
Turned out to be a nice evening here in West Little Rock to play a football game. It feels a little bit like football weather here in Central Arkansas. Great crowd, as we knew there would be. Great support for the Saints here.
So 4th and 5 at the 26. Saints will send Eldridge, and they'll empty the backfield for Griffin Mason. There's a snap. Griffin's going to run left. He's hitting the backfield, breaks one tackle, trying to break another. Can't get it, though. He's down to the 22. I think he's just short, Cliff.
Shiloh thinks they have it.
Looks like they'll stop and measure it. It's going to be close. They're going to measure it, so they'll bring the chains that we just fixed all the way across the field.
We'll see how close this is now and how accurate those chains were. But Shiloh says it's a first down. You saw all the guys pointing. You see Slider right there, number 3. He's saying first down. And when it's fourth and close, and you're the one with the ball, it's always a first down. Would you see the Chiefs and the Ravens last night? At the end of the game, the catch.
I saw it this morning.
That was not a catch.
The toe, the big toe was on the line.
Should have wore white cleats.
I laughed. That's exactly what I told my son. Hey, that's why we wear white cleats, kid. We have it, I believe. Yes,
wow.
First down by.
That's an inch.
Woo.
It was close.
Well, the Saints convert, so Griffin Mason, give him credit. He stretched out at the very last second and got just the nose of the football that he needed to get it. 11:54, just underway in the fourth quarter. Saints trail the Warriors 33-22. Jake Bodenstein running the offense in the absence of Cole Creighton, who was injured earlier. If you just missed that, we think Cole is long-term going to be okay, but not tonight, so it's going to be the Griffin Mason show for a while. Griff runs it right side, and he's going to plow forward inside the 22, about the 17. Looks like he'll get about 5. So 2nd and 5 at the 17. So, yeah, Cliff, we didn't think we'd see another Bo Williams performance like last year with 30, 40 carries, 300 yards, and Griffin Mason is right there at it. Handoff, Griffin makes one man miss, can't make the second man miss. He's tackled at the 16. Tough right now for the Saints is Little Rock Christian. They know what's going on. They are loading the box, and the safety Schroeder's just flying up in the box every play and just kind of trying to make the tackle. Griff gets one. There's 3rd and 4 at the 16-yard line.
Bills O-line for Shiloh playing their hearts out tonight, trying to create holes for the running back.
There's a snap, pitch to the right to Chandler Kemp to the 15. Chandler's, he takes a big hit by Schroeder, but I think he got the first down, I believe. Well, they haven't marked the spot, so we're not sure. Maybe 4th down.
I think he got it.
Well, they set the chains for 4th. So
they are
looks
short.
like it's 4th and an inch. 4th and 1 for the Saints. The ball's at the 13-yard line. Hudson Ball is in the backfield for Shiloh. Saints are going to have to hurry. Play clock's at 8 as they try to get set. Ball's in the carry. Play clock's at 4. But we're going to have to hurry. 3, 2. Saints get it off. Maybe. We may have false start, though. Oh, false start.
Tough.
Boy, that's tough.
I don't know why you don't call a timeout right there.
Saints were trying to get set with a different kind of backfield and get everything set up. So now 4th and 1 becomes 4th and 6 with 10:09 to go. Hudson Ball will come out. Griffin Mason will come back in the backfield. So 4th and 6 at the 18.
And the clock's at 12 right now, and guys still getting the play call here.
Yeah, you can see Tucker Barta telling his quarterback, hey, you got to hurry. Play clock's at 5. Bodenstein sees it, and he's begging for the snap, but he doesn't get it fast enough, and it's a delay of game. So the Saints have gone from 4th and 1 to 4th and 11 here with back-to-back penalties with 9:40 to go in the quarter. Unfortunately, a field goal at this point is about a 40-yarder, which you need at some point because you're down 11, but it's going to be tough. Saints probably going to have to throw it as Kemp and Slider both come in the game to the right. Griffin Mason looking for the call. 15 seconds left on the play clock. Saints will be good here. Bodenstein takes a snap, back to pass, looks right. Jake fires in the end zone. It is caught for the touchdown. Climbing the ladders, Chandler Kemp, and he pulls it in for a big touchdown. Hey, Cliff, give the backup quarterback, Jake Bodenstein, some credit. There was one play that he needed to make tonight, and he made a big one, a perfect pass to the corner of the end zone.
Absolutely, and he threw that under pressure too. He had someone coming right in his face, and Jake just lofted it up. 2 defenders down there, and Kemp just goes up, high points it, out jumps the defenders, comes down with it in the end zone. Huge 4th down, huge touchdown for these Saints.
Now, equally important is this 2-point play. Saints trail by 5. They need to get it to 3. Whistles.
Offsides, I think, on Little Rock Christian.
Well, offsides against the Warriors. That changes the play call. The Saints will run Hudson Ball in, so now you can go with a power run formation and maybe run the same play that the Saints ran on the 2 against Springdale a couple weeks ago in the benefit game where they scored and kind of won that benefit second half game. So ball is in at quarterback here, as this will not much here to cheat anybody with. This is going to be power Hudson ball right here. There's the snap, ball goes right, and ball is in untouched. 33-30, the Saints are back within 3 with 9:31 to go in the fourth quarter. And so the Shiloh offense, who needed to come up and get a touchdown, boy, they came through with a great pass from Bodenstein. As you see it right here, you saw, boy, Jake just got drilled as he threw it and made a great pass to Chandler Kipp in the corner of the end zone. And I tell you what, you got to give Jake, the sophomore quarterback, some credit right there. Took a big shot and put the ball on the money for the touchdown. 33-30 in a game that you just have to keep laughing about. One team hits a blow. Here comes the other team. And it looks like a heavyweight fight that's going to go 12 rounds tonight. 33-30 Warriors with a 3-point lead, 9:31 left to go. And so, Cliff, you flip it back. Now, defense, you got to make a stop. Your offense just came up with a huge drive, went down and scored. You got to respond from the defensive side.
Yeah, you really do, but they've got their momentum on the defensive side. Don't need to give up a big kickoff here. Kick it deep, try to pin the Warriors back, inside their 25-yard line here, and then let your defense work.
Tristan Watson back deep. As there's the kick. Watson's going to catch it at the 2 to the 5. Straight outfield 10, 15. Cuts back to the 20. There's looks like a block in the back. He's going to be taken down at the 28. So good return by the Saints. Will Anderson with the stop, and I'm glad Will made the stop because if he turns the corner, there was nobody left.
Hey, as Will's dad up here calling the game, I'm watching the runner cut it back to the right. I'm seeing Will out there on an island, and he stayed in his lane and made the tackle.
Cliff, I did have to laugh. Both of our kids play football for the Saints. They both wear number 8. So
great number.
We like number 8, so we find those numbers quickly. 33-30 Warriors. Saints defense got a bow up right here. There's the hand. I'm hitting the backfield, and down he goes. Is the running back. And you can hear the fans going crazy. Big pop in the backfield. Hudson Ball with a stop. And that's the second time tonight Hudson has come up with a big play. And Cliffo, you think about it. Hudson Ball is a Division I commit. UNLV, Coach Odom out there. Obviously, he had his sons who played for the Saints before. You know, this is where you got to have your players make plays, and that's what Hudson Ball did right there.
Absolutely.
2nd and 14 for the Warriors. They've gone with the slant a lot tonight. Let's see if they go there. They go, oh, it's nearly picked off. Boy, we called it.
Carter Henley deflecting the ball right across the middle, reading the quarterback's eyes. Great play by the Harding commit, Carter Henley. Going to play for the national champions.
Carter Henley was thinking the slant was coming too, and he almost slanted that one to the end zone. 3rd and 14 for the defense, 8:43 left to go. Warriors converted a big 3rd and 16. They roll the quarterback this time. He's going to throw. It's caught at the 39 and then dropped right there, but that's short. As Keller rolled out that time, they were expecting the blitz, rolled the quarterback out. He completed it to number 11, Pete Greenwood, who's had a great night for the Warriors. But 4th down, and here comes Schroeder on the punt, and the defense with a quick 3 and out with 8:20 left to go in the football game.
Well, I know this would be a gutsy call for Little Rock Christian to try to snap it to your up man and try to pick up this first down. 4th and 4, but the Saints have to be prepared for it. Don't assume just in punt formation they're punting it.
Play clock's at 5. Little Rock Christian's really going to have to hurry to get this snap off. They do with 1. Schroeder's going to punt. There's the kick. It's a line drive. Dalton Carnes is going to let it bounce at the 32. Fills it there to the 30, to the 35. Hurdles a man to the 40. Dalton trying to break a tackle and falls forward to the 45. So 15-yard return by Dalton. And the offensive line for the Saints, who kind of the weight's on their shoulders right now to go make a play, are doing it.
So 7:48 remaining here in the game. Shiloh down 33-30. Saint offense back on the field at their own 45-yard line. Great field position for the Saint offensive unit, led by Jake Bodenstein. Again, if you're just now tuning in, starting quarterback Cole Creighton knocked out in the second quarter. Jake Bodenstein, sophomore quarterback, coming in and leading this team right now.
Sophomore quarterback with a touchdown pass on his last drive. Handoff Griffin Mason, and Griff's across midfield, and he's brought down by big number 53.
And Christian Lewis there did not, it was kind of a wrap-up hug tackle, lay down, which we like that out of Christian Lewis.
Christian, if you want to do that every
Big
play,
boy.
we're okay. Lewis, who stands up in every snap, which is just so tough on our centers. Handoff Griffin. Big hole, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. See in the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. 51 yards for the touchdown. Griffin Mason, and then the Shiloh Saint offensive line, give them credit. They moved the big 450-pounder out of the way on the 49-yard touchdown run. So 36-33, this is a huge extra point because it makes it a 4-point game. Great job by the offensive line right there, clearing the hole, and Griffin hit it. Well, we talked about all night, Griffin has been so close to breaking one over and over. That time he did. Extra point, snap, kick on the way, good. Good job by Aiden Pullen as the Saints struggled a little bit with the snap, but Pullen was able to get it through. Here's the replay of the touchdown run by Griffin Mason.
Great hole there on the right side, and you give Griffin a hole like that, and he is full speed at the line of scrimmage. He gets past the linebackers and just outruns the safeties to the goal line. And Griffin Mason, boy, having himself a night, 35 carries, 290 yards, 1 touchdown on the night. You got Max Eldridge, the freshman running back, has 2 scores on the ground. Griffin's first touchdown of the night, but 290 yards rushing. If Bo Williams is somewhere in this state of Arkansas watching this game tonight, he's got to be remembering what he did at this time last year, and just remembering those memories that he had running up and down this field against this Little Rock Christian Warrior defense. Now it's Griffin Mason's time, and he is having a night.
37-33, Saints with the lead now as they trailed by 11 for much of the second half, but now have the lead. Defense got a 3-and-out on the last drive. We'll see if we can do it again. Pullen's kick is maybe his best one of the night. Schroeder's at the 1, 5, 10, straight up the field, 15, 20. Oh, a big hit at the 26-yard line by the Saints. Boy, the freshman Max Eldridge laid a lick on the Warrior return guy right there. So, Cliff, I think we will, if we had $1 for every time we're going to say Max Eldridge in the next 4 years, we would be rich guys. This freshman doesn't look like a freshman on the football field at all. Very impressive.
Well, he's a coach's kid, so he understands the game. And then he's incredibly strong for his size, for his age. He's a wrestler. And the kid he's just a baller. He's just a football player.
37-33. There's a snap. Back to pass. Looks, doesn't have anything. Going to take off and run is Keller to the 35. And he's going to be, he just slides down there. Ooh, oh no, flags all over the place. Well, we can give Keller one too if he wants to talk. So Beach was trying to stop and just couldn't do it fast enough. He dove over him, but unfortunately kind of bumped him in the head as he dove over him. So
yeah, that's a costly penalty though. That's free 15 yards after a decent run by the quarterback.
So the personal foul will move it all the way out to about midfield. So a scramble and then yards on top of it with the personal foul right at midfield. 7:01 to go in the game, 37-33. So yeah, Keller was pretty fortunate there too, Cliff. Got up, kind of flexed on the defensive guy that he didn't get a penalty as well. At midfield, we'll see if the Saint defense can get a stop as the play clock finally gets set. And we're ready to go on 1st and 10 for the Warriors. Keller back to pass, looking, heavy pressure, in trouble, turns and throws it complete toward at midfield, and he's taken down right there. Great open field tackle.
Right at line of scrimmage there.
Yep.
Great job by the defense and secondary. Great
with the
Colbert.
stop.
Yeah, good job coming up, making the solo tackle.
That's a tough play for Gray. He's got their best and most explosive player one-on-one in the open field, and Gray gets him on the ground for no gain. 2nd and 10 coming up. Boy, Cliff, we are getting so much pressure on Keller. You got to wonder at some point, does he panic and throw one into coverage? and maybe you can get a pick. Back to pass. Keller fires it to the Ward in the flat. He just runs out of bounds at the 45, picks up 5, so 3rd and 5. That's been a good adjustment for Little Rock Christian this second half, just taking the pressure and dumping it to Ward out of the backfield and letting him get some action. So Ward has kind of been their version of Griffin Mason tonight. They have gotten him the ball over and over tonight, and he's made plays for the Warriors. 3rd and 5 for Little Rock Christian, trailing by 4, 37-33 with 6:04 left to go in the game. Saints are showing pressure off the edge. They hand it to, nope, Keller's going to keep it, and he's spun down after a gain of a yard. Gray Colbert again in the open field making a big tackle.
Yeah, big tackle there for just about a yard gain, if that, maybe half yard. Brings up 4th and long 5.
4th and 4? Yeah, 4th.
5 maybe.
Warriors need to get just inside the 40. They're at the 44. This is a big play. Saints show blitz. Keller tries to get him to jump. They do not.
I'll be surprised if they go for this, really, to be honest, Billy. But there's still 16 on the play clock.
Back to pass. Keller fires, slant. Caught at the 39 and a 1st down.
That has been their play tonight.
Yep.
Slants, again, those are just so hard to cover. If a quarterback can lead his receiver and throw to that spot right there where the linebackers normally are, in front of a safety, it's just so hard to defend.
Well, Greenwood's done a good job. If he's just found the ways to get open and make the 5 or 6 yard gain to go through. Back to pass. Keller looking, rolls right, under pressure. There's not a hold as it passes. A diving catch at the 30-yard line. You never want to criticize the guys in stripes, but boy, they got away with a hold right there. At the 30.
There's holding on every play. I mean, anybody will tell you that plays football. Holding on any play, every play. But there are times that holding affects a call or affects the play, and maybe that happened right there.
At the 30, 1st and 10, Warriors hand Jackson the ball. He breaks 1 tackle, doesn't break the 2nd tackle as Carter Henley gets him on the ground along with Pullen at the 29. Clock's down to 4:29 left to go in this game. The Saints, who are really in a run mode first with a backup quarterback at this point, really need to keep the Warriors out of the end zone. It was a 1st down for the Warriors, so that moves the chains with 4:25 left to go. Saint defense somebody got to make a play right here and really set them behind the chains is what you want to do. Jackson will go, Ward will go to the left. Keller throws the deep out, got a man wide open at the 5. He spins and is going to be thrown down by Eldridge at maybe the 3. Well, that time they went with a long kind of fade route down the left side. They've thrown the slant so much, that was kind of a good adjustment. Warriors put it down to the 4-yard line, so at the 4:07 mark of the 4th quarter, the Warriors have a 1st and goal at the Saint 4.
Yeah, 4:07 remaining here in this game. Shiloh up 4, as you see there, 37-33. So field goal doesn't really do Little Rock Christian very much here. They've got to put it in the end zone.
Keller has kept it a little bit more often here instead of just giving it to Ward. So see what he does here. It's Ward straight up the middle, and he breaks through for the touchdown. He got a little hole on the right side and stuck it in the end zone. And Little Rock Christian answers back and takes the lead back, 39-37 with 4:03 left to go. And the big conversion on 3rd down. Again, Warriors have had 2 big 3rd down conversions tonight. They do it here, and then they drive it in the end zone. So 4:03 left. The only positive, I guess, if you're the Saints and you're more of a run-first team is the Warriors sort of score quick, so you still got 4:03 left to go. You can run any type of offense you want at this point. Extra point is big because it's a 2-point lead. They've had trouble and missed 2 tonight, so we'll see. Snap is good, hold is good. This kick is right down the middle, and it's 40-37 Warriors lead with 4:03 left to go. So the 2 other extra points that they've had a bad snap and one that hit the upright are really huge right now, because instead of a 5-point game, it is a 3-point game. So a field goal could keep the Saints tied at least. They can get it. Obviously, you'd love a 4-minute and 3-second drive for a touchdown and run this game out. But, well, Cliff, we just keep talking. Another momentum swing. Now it's the time for the Saint offense to respond.
Yeah, and they have responded here in the second half under circumstances that haven't being how they would draw it up, losing the quarterback there in the second quarter. Cole Creighton injured, so he's out, but Bodenstein's come in, doing a great job, and then obviously Griffin Mason has come in and just been the workhorse for this offensive unit. But we've got 4:03 remaining to move the ball down the field and put it in the end zone and get the lead, and maybe get out of here with a win.
Saints down 40-37 after taking the lead. The Warriors get a response and get their touchdown. So they've had touchbacks on most of their kickoffs tonight. Let's see what happens here. This one's a little shorter, and it's going to be returnable possibly. Yep, Salter's got it at the 2, to the 5, to the 10, 15, 20, and he's going to be taken off his feet at the 23. So you get about 3 yards of field position there with a little bit shorter kick, but the Warriors cover it well. So Salter brings it out to the 23, 3:55 left to go. All 3 timeouts for the Saints, all 3 timeouts for the Warriors. So that'll probably come into play and be really important at some point in this game. So Griffin Mason had a 49-yard touchdown run, his last touch. Will probably carry the rock a lot right here. Griffin's going to hand it off right, get the handoff going right. He's just pushing forward Little Rock Christian Warriors up to the 30-yard line. He gained 7, so 2nd and 3. Well, the offensive line, the pressure is on those guys right now. They've got to create holes to try to give Griffin Mason a hole here. Warriors with 9 guys in the box as Griffin takes the snap, and he's hit in the backfield this time. A little bit of a low snap, kind of threw off the timing there, and to go through. So loss of 2 there. That's a big loss. As now it's 3rd down and 6. 3:18 left to go in the football game. Need positive yards here, Cliff, because you want a manageable 4th down where you feel like you can run it. Handoff Griffin coming right. Warriors can't get him down.
Look at him.
Griffin
Look at him
just
run.
carries Warriors all the way to the 39-yard line and gets the 1st down. And boy, that was 18, Cliff, because there was nothing there really.
Yeah, strong 10-yard run, picks up the 1st down. And with that rush right there, Griffin is over 300 yards rushing. 38 carries, 305 yards for the junior running back.
Griffin Mason is out of the game, trying to get some water on the sideline here. Saints with a 1st down. There's a snap, going to hand it off to right up the middle to the 40, to the 41, and just refusing to go down. They never got Hudson Ball on the ground. They only stop his momentum at the 41. So Hudson's going to probably have to carry the load a little bit just to give Griffin a little bit of a blow. As again, Cliff mentioned, almost 40 carries for the junior running back. 2:26 to go, clock running. Saints have all 3 timeouts, but you have to have a little bit of a sense of urgency here. You got to at least get in field goal range at a minimum. Low snap, but they hand off the ball. He's hitting the backfield, and Hudson's going to get to the 40, and that's about it. So no gain for Hudson, so 3rd down as Griffin Mason comes back in.
Yeah, there's just not a whole lot of options through the air with Cole being out and trying to put that pressure on Jake Bodenstein, the backup quarterback, the sophomore quarterback. He's made a couple big throws. He may need one right here.
3rd down, there's a snap. Griffin Mason going right. Griffin breaks 1 tackle, and he gets to the 42, and that's about it. He gets a yard, so it's going to be 4th down for the Saints and 7 with 1:32 left to go in the game. And this is going to be it. Slider's going to come back in. And this will be the game with 1:25 to go. So what will Shiloh come up with? Saints may want a timeout, and they're going to use the timeout. Probably a wise one here, 4th and 7. This is really your last shot with 1:18 left to go in the game to go. So Cliff, this may be 4th and 7. Jake Bodenstein's made 1 big throw tonight. He may have to find another one right here.
Yeah, we'll see what the coaches come out of this timeout with. But, Billy, no matter what happens, there's been adversity in this game for our Saints. And they had an opportunity. They could have quit. They could have quit. Year 2 in a row that your starting quarterback goes down in this game. What happened last year, the team rallied around that. Rallied around their backup quarterback and pulled out and dominated the game last year. Pulled out the win. This year, same thing. Quarterback goes down. Are we going to quit? or are we going to do what Shiloh football is? And we're going to play together as a team. We're going to work our tails off. We're going to tackle as hard as we can. We're going to block as hard as we can. We're going to run the ball as hard as we can. And again, we're pointing out Griffin Mason because he's throwing up some incredible numbers. But it starts up front with the guys in the trenches. They've created holes. They've done an incredible job on that offensive line tonight. That they're in this game. But this is a huge play right here.
So 4th and 6. It's not officially the game because the Saints have 2 timeouts, but it's essentially the game because the Warriors could run the clock down so much. So here we go. 4th down and 6. Bodenstein looks to the sideline for the call. Back to pass. Jake looks, slant. Caught at the 45 and down to the 44. Who else but Chandler Kemp? He's had a huge night, and he comes up with a big one. And we said, can Jake Bodenstein get one more big pass? Well, the answer is yes. He comes down to 44. Clock is rolling, 1:08 to go. There's the snap, handoff, Griffin Mason coming right. Griff's got some room to the 40, and then a good open field tackle at the 40-yard line. A helmet comes off for one of the Saint players, so we'll have to substitute another offensive lineman in very, very quickly. Boy, unfortunately, that really hurts as Carter will come running into the game as Weeks had his helmet ripped off, but he has to come off a play. So that runs some clock, unfortunately, to the 40. Quick snap, fires to Slider on the sideline. 35, sliders to the 30, and he's shoved out of bounds inside the 28 with 35 seconds left. The Saints were able to manage that without using a timeout, despite having to replace an offensive lineman in the middle of a play. So great job by the coaching staff to quickly get somebody on the field. 35 seconds left at the Little Rock Christian 28-yard line. Saints trail 40-37. Griffin Mason's in the backfield to the right of to the left of Jake Bodenstein. Hands it off, going right. Griffin to the 25. He spins to the 20 and stays on his feet down there. He gets 8, but that does not stop the clock, so the Saints will have to use a timeout with 26 seconds left to go in the football game. Little Rock Christian has a man cramping on the field, so the Warriors will have to do a substitution on their part. So one timeout now as we'll reset it for you. 26 seconds left to go. Ball is at the 20-yard line of Little Rock Christian. It's going to be 2nd down and 2 with 26 seconds left. The Saints have one timeout. Now, Cliff, I was just about to say, as a fan screams it, is it a timeout for us or is it an injury timeout because the Little Rock Christian player's down? The Saints had called timeout, obviously, to stop the clock. So we'll see if we get it back, which I don't know that there's a crowd mic on the official to tell us if they will have 2 timeouts or 1.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there with the coaches and if they'll ask for that timeout back. It would really help Shiloh out. Man, Griffin Mason, 41 carries, 320 yards. He has had a night, and we just need 20 more yards. 20 more yards. I don't care if it's Griffin Mason, Jake Bodenstein, Carter Henley. We just need 20 yards, whoever it is.
We've got Hudson Ball in the game here on 2nd and 2. So probably you're going to, looks like a power, get the first down, and then you may get up and stop the clock. So looks like we may have a Saint cramping as well. Griffin Mason is the player, kind of hard to see from here as we just have players between us and the sideline. So Griffin Mason cramping up. It is really gotten a little more humid here in the 4th quarter of this game as kind of the sun is set and it's taken dark. As Cliff mentioned, it rained heavily coming in pregame, rained a little bit. You see Griffin jumping up, just a cramp there to go through. So,
well, we need a couple more carries from that man.
Yeah.
If he can gut it out.
Here,
if we charge a timeout, he can stay in the game. But I mean, obviously, if he's cramping or something, he may have to work that out. So,
well, Cliff, as you talk strategy here, you've got Hudson Ball in the backfield. It's very important that Hudson get the first down here because that would stop the clock, which would allow you to get up and spike it and not burn a timeout. Where if you don't get the first down, you're going to be forced to use a timeout. The scoreboard is showing 2 timeouts, so we're just going to assume for the moment that they gave the Saints a timeout back off the injury for Little Rock Christian. There's the snap. He's going to pump. They got a man wide open. Touchdown, Shiloh! Touchdown, Shiloh! What a play call for the Saints. Chandler Kemp in the back of the end zone for the touchdown with 21 seconds left. It's 43-40 Saints. What a tremendous play call by the Saints as they pumped the run to Ball and threw to Kemp. And boy, Cliff, you talk about how big was the cramping injury for Little Rock Christian. It gave the Saints all that time to set that up with a backup quarterback. Snap is low, kick is on the way, and Pullen drills it. Saints 44, Warriors 40, 21 seconds left to go in this football game, as we'll probably get a replay coming for you right here. So we'll won't quite be able to get the replay to go, but Saints get the touchdown pass to Chandler Kemp in the back of the end zone. And so, Cliff, I think back, I feel like in my 11 years of living in Northwest Arkansas, I've seen almost every Shiloh game. I felt like the Arkadelphia playoff game was probably the best game I ever saw. This might be right up there with it. What an incredible game.
Again, this team could have rolled over in the second quarter. They chose not to. Don't want to, get too excited yet. Obviously, we're excited that they went down there and scored. 21 seconds remaining in this game. But we've got to finish it with a kickoff here. And you know that Kemp Keller is going to be throwing down the field. No doubt about it. And so we've got a few plays left in this game that we have to make some defensive stops, and then we can get on the buses, head back to Northwest Arkansas. It's a huge win, but we gotta finish it here. Got to finish it.
So at the 40, again, number one rule here, don't get a kickoff return. It's going to be a pooch kick to the right. It's going to be fielded at the 25 and out of bounds. That's absolutely perfect. 20 seconds left to go in the game, and the football is straight on the 30-yard line. So, Cliff, me and my best friend in Mississippi is a high school football coach. We have one rule about high school football. Extra points get you beat. The Warriors have missed 2 tonight. They could kick a field goal to win it right here with a kicker. Instead, they're down 4.
Yep. They, nobody thinks about it, and they're not important until they're important. And tonight, they have been important. So, this defense has risen up and done a great job all night long. Cannot give up anything deep here.
Back to pass. Keller looks. He's under pressure. Rolling. Sacked at the 15. The Saints sack him at the 15 with 11 seconds left to go. Timeout, Little Rock Christian, as the clock runs down to 9 seconds. So take the whole clock off and running 2 seconds off. We appreciate that.
Yeah, Kemp Keller took a hard hit on that tackle. He gets up a little woozy and limping a little bit. But, boy, that backs Little Rock Christian up to their own 15. That is a 15-yard loss. They were at the 30. So with the sack and this defense, we haven't gotten to Keller all night long. But at the time that it mattered, Billy Blunt, they make the tackle.
Well, we talked about it earlier. It's like we've just been pressuring him all night long and just haven't got the sack. And ironically, with 9 seconds to go in the game, you finally get the sack. Now, game's not over. Warriors have a timeout, so they can stop the clock if they're tackled in bounds by any point. So you're probably likely going to have to defend too.
And fans, you can always go back and watch Shiloh Christian football games like on the Shiloh YouTube channel. And I don't know if they want to watch the first half. It wasn't great. But this second half has been one for the ages. Like you said, just really an all-timer. I mean, we've had some great games. You called out Arkadelphia a few years ago. There have been some great games through the years, and this one is going to rate right up there, especially here in the second half.
Nothing behind you is the obvious play call for the defense right here. Saints look like they're going to rush 4. Trips to the left for the Warriors. They're talking to the Warriors coaching staff on the left side. So the official's jogging back to his position they put 1 second back on the clock.
Okay, so 10 seconds. It looks like they've got, 2 timeouts remaining, if that's correct.
2 timeouts, which you probably won't use them both at this point. You probably got 2 plays, though. Pack the pass, fires in the flat. So hook and ladder, the and his knee was down at the 23 as the pass was complete. Only took 4 seconds though, so 6 seconds still remain for Little Rock Christian. They'll use a timeout as it's 3rd down and still a long way to go here.
Well, they don't need to use a timeout. The clock stopped. It's incomplete pass.
Incomplete pass,
first,
okay.
First, they tried the hook and ladder. First reception was not a reception.
Yeah. So back at the 15 now, 3rd and 25. Well, it kind of tips your hand, though, Cliff. The hook and ladder's coming. That's what they obviously want to do. You don't have a lot of plays when you need 85 yards. So
7 guys
here
in
it comes
secondary.
again. Back to pass Keller. He's running for his life from ball.
Last play.
He's going to throw it as far as he can, and it is intercepted by A.J. Yalanen at the 48-yard line. The clock is at 0, and the Saints win a absolute thriller, 44-40 of the Little Rock Christian Academy Warriors, and will go down in the legendary games of Shiloh football with a backup quarterback. The Saints come on the road and beat a 7A football team 44-40. And Cliff, there's just not a lot of words for this one. What an outstanding game.
It really was. I mean, yeah, you hate it, what happened there in second quarter to Cole. But, man, what a gutsy performance by the Shiloh Saint football team. I'll tell you, something to build off of. I mean, things did not go their way. Wasn't the most cleanly played game by our offensive unit at times or our defensive unit at times. But guess what? They kept playing the whole 4 quarters, and that's what you've got to do. And that's what, again, these coaches are teaching these players is we play 4 quarters here at Shiloh, and that may not always mean we win the game. But you certainly don't win the game if you don't play 4 quarters. You see an outcome right here of this game of a team that had every reason to quit. They didn't. They finished the game, play 4 quarters, score with 26 seconds left in the game, and pull out a huge 44-40 win on the road in what has become really
just a classic series.
Really
unbelievable.
A great series. One that Shiloh, out of 7 times that they played, leads 5-2, might I say.
Yeah, incredible. And Cliff, we're going to talk about tomorrow, and they're going to talk about in the papers Griffin Mason's numbers. But give Jake Bodenstein some credit. He had to make 3 passes tonight, and he made every one of them crucial and perfectly placed.
Absolutely, and it was kind of like last year with Evan Baker coming off the bench. And now he didn't pass as much. I don't remember. And
kind of did it with his legs.
Yeah, he was more running there, and I don't remember him making big pass after big pass after big pass like Jake did. Jake started 2 for 4. 2 completions for 19 yards is what he started. What did he do after that? 2 for, he was 5 for 5 with for 70 yards and 2 touchdowns. Started 2 for 4, finished 5 for 5, 70 yards, 2 touchdowns. Hey, again, it's a team effort. Offensive line, incredible job. Jake Bodenstein, incredible job coming in off the bench. Obviously, Griffin Mason running the ball, incredible job. Chandler Kemp didn't call out his numbers. He's got 9 receptions for 160 yards, 3 touchdowns. 9 receptions, 160 yards, 3 touchdowns. Defense held, defense stood up when they needed to. Special teams, kickoffs, did an incredible job. Hey, the punt. We had Beach go in there and make an incredible punt that we needed him to make at that moment. So, again, I'm calling out a lot of guys because that's a team effort, team win, and something this team can build off of. Let's do it again next Friday night in Tulsa.
Yeah, well, so, you play a 7A team tonight. You go on the road and win. So now next week we go to Oklahoma and take on a state championship team who the Saints were the only team all year to play them within 2 touchdowns. Saints lost on what turned out to be a penalty that wiped off the game-winning touchdown last year in Tulsa. But we'll go next week over to Tulsa and take on the defending champion, Lincoln Christian Bulldogs. So, wow, what a night. If you've got to drive back 3 hours, this is a good way to do it.
Yeah,
Saints,
my heart is racing. I'm shaking. I need some food. I'm kind of hungry. But, man, it's going to be an enjoyable ride back to Northwest Arkansas for a ton of Shiloh Christian fans that made the trip down here to Little Rock. Really, really appreciate the support for this team. I know they appreciate it and looking up and seeing their parents, seeing their friends, seeing their classmates, the band, the cheerleaders, just everybody that made the trip down to Little Rock. And it was a great night for football, a great night for the Shiloh Saints.
So Saints win 44-40 over the Little Rock Christian Academy Warriors. And we will see you next Friday night from Tulsa as the Saints take on Lincoln Christian. For Brian Dunaway and his outstanding crew, Cliff Anderson with Billy Blunt, we'll say good night. 44-40, Saints win.